What is up, everybody? NC.
JC and
We got some Bash at the Beach 1996 hostile takeover for you tonight. It's been a little bit, had to deal with a power outage, deal with that BS, but we're back, we're here. And yeah, I'm looking forward to watching some good old classic WCW. This is, like, for those that aren't familiar with Bash at the Beach, this was the beginning of the NWO. One of the greatest wrestling factions of all time started on this show right here. And I'll tell you one, man. Let's tell the fans a little story.
tell them.
So when we were watching this back in the day, we were watching on pay-per-view live with everybody else, and our dad was there watching it.
Yep.
He saw Hulk Hogan come out, and he's like, cool, Hogan's coming to help it. Like, he was happy. He's like, cool, Hogan's coming to help him. And then you see Hogan drop the leg drop, go for the pin, and team up with Nash and Hall, and he just went, oh! the gasping, because that's the thing too, is like, this is back in the day before there were leaks online, and like even then we weren't the type to go and like deal with like 2 megabytes per second cable modems to go and look at fucking internet wrestling. Nobody was news. Nobody was doing that back in the day. It wasn't as accessible.
Well, and what was cool back then is they had stages.
Yeah,
they actually cared.
That's what I'm saying, is they had stages. And that's the thing too, is we're looking at this arena here. It's packed to the brim. And this is before a lot of people even knew that he was going to go ahead and do this big move. They're just like, oh, shoot, look at all these veterans that are coming over. They got Nash, they got Hall, they got Macho. Now they got Hulk, you know. So it was a great time, really, for WCW, 96 to 97. So much talent. So much, like, really big level guys. And that's the thing, too.
And even the commentary team.
Dude, this commentary team, look at this. We got Bobby the Brain Heenan, we got Tony Schiavone, and we got Dusty Rhodes. This is a dream team. That's a freaking dream team right there when it comes to announcers and commentators. Like, some of the best of all time. I think Dusty doesn't get enough credit. He gets left out a lot of conversations because most people, they didn't check out him for his commentary. But the guy can do everything. He can book, he can commentate, he can wrestle. Name one thing wrestling related that Dusty Rhodes couldn't do besides lose weight. I mean, come on, give me something.
He could do it all, man. He was just this big fat guy that was just like he was more talented than he was fat. He was incredible. Like you can't even put into words how entertaining Dusty Rhodes was. And it's a shame too, because like you look at Cody Rhodes, you're like, are we sure it's the same dad? Are we sure that Dusty Rhodes is actually his dad?
Well, and it's frustrating, too, because you look at Dustin and you see a lot of the trademarks that came from his dad. You see a lot of that talent, you know? And that's the thing about Dustin. Never was really in great physical shape, but that's why Vince just had him wear a bodysuit. He's like, look, this guy's money. He's a great actor. He's a great promo. And you could see where he got it from, his dad. And then you see Cody. And I don't know if he's not as hungry as Dustin or what, but just he mails it the fuck in. I think maybe his list holds him back. I don't know. It never held back Dusty, but it holds back Cody big time. It's frustrating seeing the generation that's pushed nowadays. They're not hungry. Punk's not hungry. Cody's not hungry. None of these veterans that are in WWE, you're in the #1 company in the world. You have no reason to be hungry. And not only that, I think it's just they're getting old. And as you get old, a lot of your motivation just fades away. So that's what I think a lot of it is.
They just don't care. It's like, whatever. But look at this setup. Like, look at this is them actually caring about the setup and the presentation of the show.
Looks good. I mean, well, that's the thing too. Is like we saw Triple H try to do Bash at the Beaches, and they were awful. his presentation, like any type of WCW pay-per-view, even Great American Bash. Remember that he just put a flag in the background on a car on the stage, and that's it.
That's it. That's all you need. Who cares about that? You know, they just want to see long, boring matches. Just give them the marks. Give the marks the matches they want to see.
Absolutely. So they're actually starting it out with a mark-heavy match right now. We got Rey Mysterio Jr. versus Psychosis. And like, I know what we say about Lucha, but in all fairness, I will say this much. At least these guys, they innovated Lucha. It wasn't run-of-the-mill by the time when we started watching it. It was fresh and new. And that's the one thing that I think Nitro, WCW really did a good job of doing, is giving us a variety show. You know, you had your brawlers, you had your mic workers, you had your superstars, your showmen, you had your grapplers like William Regal and Dean Malenko, Chris Benoit. You have your flippy dudes like Ray, like Psychosis, like Hoovy. It really was like a melting pot of all these different styles before WWE even tried it.
It really was, and in some ways it's a good thing. In other ways, it's a bad thing because, like, I think Triple H borrowed way too much from this, like, to where it's like everything is this, like, and honestly, it's not fair to say that because, like this match, like, Ray and Psychosis are actually good in the ring. What the lucha crap we're getting now is just garbage.
Fair point, and that's one thing that I definitely have to say too is that you just see so much slop nowadays, with especially the lucha stuff, and they're even doing this lucha tournament that nobody wants to see. No. I look at this lucha tournament, I'm like, why are you guys doing this crap? Like, nobody wants to see it. Like, not a single person wants to see lucha. And it's frustrating too because all the nerds online, they're like, more lucha, and it's like getting like a few likes here and there. I'm like, who are all these people that actually want to see this crap? Because everybody that I know, and I came from San Diego, everybody that I know doesn't want to see lucha. They want to see the stars.
That's always been the case, and even in lucha, even in AAA, they're having to bring in Roman Reigns. So it's like, even then, that's not true. That they only care about long, boring matches. No, they want to see star power just like we do.
Yeah, and that's a good thing, man. I'm just saying.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. I mean, but like, with all this going on with WWE, I'm gonna tell you, I watched this past Raw. I did a review of it on my Twitter. Man, I'm gonna tell you, this Raw fucking sucked.
Give me 1 second. Just give me 1 second.
Yeah, no worries. So yeah, man, like this past Raw sucked. It was awful.
Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry. It was just it was weird. It was like it was saying that saying I'm not live even though we are live. It's weird.
No, it's saying, oh, go live.
Okay, so did we go live?
No, we didn't.
Weird. What the fuck? Okay, my bad. I'm sorry about that, dude.
Okay, let's just go back.
People are replying to you, and we're weird.
Weird.
Hey, do you guys hear us? What's going on?
Yeah, why does mine not say live? Hold up, let me refresh.
Yeah. Must be a glitch it must be a glitch on their end. I'm just whatever. I don't know how we're gonna end the stream, so let me just click go live. Let's try this again. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, no worries.
What's up, everybody? NC.
JC and.
That was weird. Okay, so yeah, now we're officially live. Got a live count in the corner. That was a weird glitch.
Weird, yeah, because like we're looking at it from our StreamYard and it said go live, but we saw people in the comments reacting what we were saying. Whatever. We're here. We're here to entertain you guys, and we're here to watch Bash at the Beach 1996. So.
Just a StreamYard glitch, I guess. So
weird, man. Like that's never happened before.
No. I mean, and you know what? I'm just hoping that it has. You see all these weird things going on with YouTube now. And we'll talk more about it tomorrow on our Rumble stream.
Sure.
The whole monetization policies. They have a new policy. I had to go and check mark it on all our accounts. So yeah, new monetization policy, and we'll definitely talk more about it. But yeah, just very strange, man. Very strange. Anyways, you know what, JC? I want you to give your Raw review. Go ahead and tell the fans what you thought of Raw.
Right. So what I thought of this past Raw, dude, it was awful. It was absolutely, and I posted it on my Twitter account.
Sure.
Bro, there was no star power. The promos sucked. Everything's like, there was nothing positive that I could say. They're trying to build up Solo Sikoa into this next Rock. And, like, he's wearing the turtleneck sweater with the chain, thinking he's the next Rock with his pew, pew, pew. I'm like, bro, you're just a fat guy that wants to be the Rock. You're a fat pudgy Rock wannabe. You suck, and you'll never be the Rock. But I'm watching this show, man, and literally the stipulation for this past Raw was if Solo Sikoa loses to Jey Uso in the main event, they bring him to Roman Reigns. Yeah, that's how bad the booking is.
Well, what does he get brought to him for a BJ? What is this?
Yo, man, apologize.
That's what it is.
Pay your tribute to the tribal chief.
So
Open up.
We got the Roman Kiss My Ass Club now. Great. That's exactly what we needed. That's my frustrating thing. Is like I saw a little bit of what you said on X. You were talking about how there's Crackhead Lyra. What the hell is this?
Okay, so I posted the picture of Crackhead Lyra. This is the whole gimmick she's going with now. I will say at least it's something to talk about. It's so goofy that it's entertaining.
Sure.
It's something, but all right. So and then they had LA Knight and Solo doing their backstage. That was okay. So the LA Knight backstage thing, I guess was good. Crackhead Lyra, and then I forget what the other one was. There was something else, but honestly, this show sucked. This Raw, like to clarify, because there's people out there that used to listen to us, but now for some reason hate us. And I'm not talking about that one guy. I'm talking about another one who's very, very animated, very energetic.
Sure.
Bro, dude, listen. Number one, I got nothing against you, so calm down. Jesus Christ, it's like he's got a vendetta against us. Number two, we never said that Raw was good. We were asking the question, did Paul Heyman book that Raw? It was decent at best, and that's all I'm going to give it. And in fact, I later on went on to say the show did suck because it was the same old shit. Bloodline shit, Becky Lynch, Liv Morgan shit. It was the same old shit.
I don't understand why people are taking pot shots, especially on their weird review shows. It's kind of weird. I mean, like if JD were doing it, one thing, but I know exactly who you're talking about, and we'll talk about it more on Rumble tomorrow. But we've never said that Raw is good. One thing we have said is that Raw was showing signs of improvement after WrestleMania. I think what you were saying that might have got lost in translation is you were saying that the Raw that you watched, I think a week or two ago, reminded you of something that Paul Heyman would book. And
just NC, I'm so sorry, real quick, but
just go for it.
That was all I was asking. That was it. It was just, did Paul Heyman book this Raw? I didn't say it's the best Raw of all time, better than the Attitude. I never said that. I said I just asked the question. This looks different. Did Paul Heyman book this? Yet there are some people out there who hate us, who used to like us.
I don't think he hates us. I don't
think he does. I just think he's so butthurt over and I would say to him, buddy, our grandma just died and it smacked me upside the head, and I'm trying to be a different person. I'm trying not to go after people like I did in the past.
Yeah, and not only that, but that's the whole thing, man, is like, especially to who you're talking about, because I know he's probably listening right now. It's like we share similar points of view, and I always keep beating this home because I'm so sick and tired of people in the quote-unquote anti-smart community that want to see YouTubers fight that share similar opinions. What the hell is the matter with you? You drama farmers are the worst motherfuckers out there. You're the worst type of fucking fans because you offer fucking nothing. All you do, you're like... What you do is very insidious, and it's snaky, it's reptilian to go ahead and pick fights with people who share the similar points of view. I don't know if it's people in his comments are doing it. I don't know if he's doing it. All I gotta say, it's to me, it's incredibly pointless to be feuding or throwing shots at somebody who shares a similar point of view on wrestling that you do. Just saying.
Right. No, I agree, man. It's so what? Like, I'm not in like lockstep agreement with this guy. Like, so what? Like, we're gonna have disagreements here and there. That's called being a human being. We're gonna disagree on some things. But like, my God, just like it's fucking getting on my nerve, because it's like, it's really not. It's not that. It's more so it's that he's like intentionally misunderstanding us and intentionally pretending we said things that we didn't actually say. I'm like, dude, I got no heat with you. I don't want to have any more beef with you. Like, whatever bullshit we had back in the past, I want to squash that beef. I want to get over it, because I'm at a time in my life now where I'm like, you know what? I'm too old for that shit. I don't want that anymore. If we agree on at least 80% of things, we're cool.
Well, I just don't remember having any real beef with him. That's the thing.
Right.
I don't know where it started. Like, I could see for at least one of our quote-unquote haters where it came from, us just giving him advice on a live reaction stream, and him going completely butthurt and just going on a war rampage with it. Whatever, that's one thing. I understand at the very least why he's not willing to let it go. He's just, that's him. I'll leave it at that. As far as this other person goes, I don't see where the beef is from, honestly. We don't ever call out this dude. I know you bring up his name every once in a while, but I would think it's obvious by the fact that you bring up his name all the time that you're a fan of his, that you like his stuff, at least in some way, shape, or form, right?
In some way, shape, or form, absolutely.
Right.
I got nothing against the guy. I don't know why, like, he's got this like fucking vendetta against us. Why he's so butthurt? I'm like, dude, I'm sorry. I said something fucked up in the past. I apologize. I'm trying not to do that anymore. If you can't let it go, hey, you know what? That's your deal. Whatever. I can't make you move on past it. All I can do is just say, you know what? I'm not doing that anymore. I'm moving on past it.
It's so like gangsta rap, you know, like like what's the point?
Nerdy and stupid.
Yeah, what are we gonna have a shootout in the streets? Like, who gives a shit about this feud, bro? Nobody gave a shit about Smarkbusters versus TWRP, and nobody gives a shit about whatever feud you're trying to start, man. Like I said before, people could say what they want about us, but at the end of the day, we're over here on our own island producing content. If you got a fucking problem with it, that's on you, okay? It's nothing personal at the end of the day. It's our job to talk about wrestling. That's what we do. If you get butthurt, whatever. At the end of the day, I will say this. I respect anybody who can step into the ring or steps backstage and makes a difference. If you're just another mark, fuck you. But if you actually try to make a difference, if you actually are getting in there to do a change, to do something good for pro wrestling, you have at least my respect. I'm sure my brothers as well.
Same. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's the thing, man, is at the end of the day, we just want to be entertained. But so we were talking about so before we did this stream, we're doing a positivity challenge on, can I go ahead and say it?
Please.
We're doing a positivity challenge on Tony Khan. And we were listing like some of the positive things about Tony Khan. Like, it's not all negative. I get people want to bash him and people have fun doing that. I get it. And I have fun with that too, if I'm being totally honest. But there are positives to Tony Khan. Like, it's like there's good and bad. Like, the bad is that the match mark crap, the long matches, all that. The good is that he's a good guy. He is trying to elevate people on his roster. Like, and there are some of the good things too. But it's like, so there's AEW. But I got to give props. Now, I did a review of this show that I'm about to show you. Got to give props.
Okay.
I did a review of the show on my Twitter.
Sure.
I'm telling you, this is probably one of the best episodes of JCW I've seen ever. The problem, I'm gonna be real, the problem that I had with JCW under Vince Russo and even before was it was just, there's too much silliness for me. Like, it's to the point where I'm like, oh god, come on.
This shit again.
Like, Mr. Happy is the dad of, oh come on.
Yeah.
Like, and nothing against Russo in any regard, but it's just like, that stuff is not for me. I want more drama. I want more controversy. And this episode had a lot of it. They had Danny Moe getting beaten up by Barnabas. They had a lot of segments with that. They had it was just overall, to me, it was a more drama-filled show. The matches were short, so they did something right, and they're pulling in 54K views in less than a week. Good on them.
I mean, I definitely saw a big boost because they were getting around 30,000 a week, and then they're getting attention back. I will say that this is a very catchy thumbnail because it makes you realize right away, what are they trying to put on YouTube, especially with YouTube cranking down? What are they trying to get away with? So it's very click heavy. That's the one thing I will say about at least this thumbnail. It got people to check out the show. And if it was a good show to actually, present upon, then good for them, man. I'm happy for Vince. I'm happy for Violent J. I just want to see them improve. I want to keep on seeing them get talked about. I mean, Danny Moe got, independent spotlight recently by like Tommy Dreamer or some shit on Busted Open. So they're getting a lot of props and attention, which is good. I more than anything, we were talking about Tony. I want to see Tony offer an olive branch to JCW, give them the finances needed to actually be the JCW that we want them to be, because they're so close, man. All they really need is the budget. If they have the budget, sky's the limit. You might have your number 3. Just saying.
No, absolutely. And like I got to give credit to even the talents there, like Big Al. Like, I think Big Al has stepped up a lot on the microphone. I'm still not that big a fan of Caleb. Like, he's just not my cup of tea. Like, and that's just my personal preference. If you like Caleb Conley, hey, more power to you. But to me, it's just, it don't do it for me.
Let me ask you a question about Caleb Conley. Don't you feel like he could be presented way better if he had a good babyface manager and he was taken like almost like a Timu AJ Styles? I feel like he looks like a babyface. He cuts promos like a babyface. Yet ever since I've seen him in JCW, he's been a heel. I personally feel like he needs a good babyface manager to talk for him, and he needs to play that babyface, especially since they're going to Cody Rhodes the shit out of this guy, regardless of what we say. At the very least, turn him into a babyface, give him a good charismatic mic worker, babyface manager, valet or whatever, and go from there.
For sure. Well, and that's the thing is, like, I see why Vince Russo wants to get behind him. Like, he's probably, my guess is that Caleb Conley is a pro. He's been around for a while. He is
That
respected by the
baby face,
locker room.
though.
But like, yeah, to me, I think he'd be a much better babyface, and I think there's like, and that's probably where they're going to go with this. Is like they're going to have him turn on Vince Russo, and he's going to be that edgy babyface. Like I could see them doing that. I mean, okay, I'm willing to see where it goes. Yeah, man, because at the end of the day, like I want JCW, my brother as well. We want, as lifelong juggalos, we want JCW to be the best that it can be and to be reaching the amount of people that we know it can reach. And for a while, if we're being real about JCW, they were sticking between 30,000 views and 50,000 views between there. I believe they can do a lot more. And I think this past episode is showing that they can do more.
I mean, I will say that the women have been improving greatly. Like you've seen Alice, she's getting very good on the mic. When we first saw her on the mic, she looked very timid, very nervous, and she's really grown into her own on that. Haley J, always been a decent overall talent. Danny Moe's coming up. You got J-Rod, of course, if WWE doesn't take her. Hokane. Their women's division is coming together. I'm happy for them. And even with their tag team players, you see them being utilized more often and becoming a bigger part of the show. Like, just to see this guy Barnabas come out of nowhere as one of the top managers in pro wrestling. I wouldn't have thought that. He's already one of the top managers in JCW, but then no, you think about it, no, this guy's got it. If you haven't seen a Barnabas promo, I can't fathom why Tony hasn't tried to make a run for the Zombies and Barnabas. Like, if you have to take any talent right now, they're ready to go. They're vanilla midgets. They got a gimmick. They got somebody to talk for them. They're good in-ring actors and workers. I honestly don't see how Tony hasn't taken the Zombies yet.
I mean, they'd get people talking. It's a character. Barnabas is an incredible manager. He's got that Bray Wyatt quality where he could just draw you in when he's talking. That Jake the Snake Roberts quality. Barnabas is severely underrated. I mean, like it. Like I'm telling you, and that's the thing. Like my whole thing about like with WWE, it's like with WWE, like they suck right now. In fact, they're probably the worst they've ever been. Well, the good news is that there's alternatives. Like if you don't like WWE, but you don't like you think that AEW is too work ratey, TNA's got too much long matches. Okay, well then there's JCW. JCW has short matches. They're really upping up their drama. They're trying to get better. People are improving. They have characters on that show. Give them a chance, man.
Well, and that's what we're all for. Is like more than anything, when people think of wrestling and they're still trying to keep up with wrestling, what do they immediately go to? WWE. Right. And it's not like we're saying, no, don't pay attention to WWE at all, but I would say consume less WWE and save more time for these other companies because they're actually hungry right now. Yeah. They're trying. They want to get that piece of the pie. WWE already has the whole fucking cake, and they're sitting there and gorging out on it, having a sugar coma. What you want somebody who hasn't eaten in a little bit. You want a hungry company, and I feel like JCW is that hungry company. And I think TNA in due time might be that hungry company. I want hungry companies looking to grab that brass ring, that more than anything.
Well, and like I get it, and like for that YouTuber that I'm talking about, it's like, hey, you know what? Like I know that covering WWE gets views. I get it, and that's why you only cover Raw and SmackDown.
Right.
Cover the alternatives. Let your fans know that there are alternatives, and you got a lot of fans. Credit to you, man. Let them know about JCW. Check it out yourself. Check that out. Check out TNA and what they're doing. Check out NWA and what they're doing, because we do. We see what's out there. What else is out there? We're not just hyper obsessing on WWE, and if WWE sucks, then it's the end of pro wrestling, right? No, there's alternatives out there. Give them a try. Maybe you'll like them. Maybe you may not like the show overall, but there's a few people on the show or one person on the show that you really do like. Like with AEW, there's multiple people that I like. I like MGF. I like Tony Storm. I like Tekla. I like Megan Bain. I like Harley Cameron. I even to a small degree like Willow Nightingale. I a little bit like Kyle Fletcher. He's growing on me. Yeah, like there's people on that show that I like, even though I'm not a fan of the show overall. JCW, I think it's a much better show. It's getting better. As long as they tone down the goofiness, I think JCW can really take advantage of their opportunity.
I look at it this way: if you're a streamer or even somebody who tries to watch modern wrestling, what is the point of watching the most popular program for clicks when you hate it, when you can't stand it, when it's boring as shit? When it's literally, when you're done watching it for 2.5 hours, you're like, what the fuck did I do with my time besides play with my cell phone? I would hope you were trying to make some money, or at least having a good conversation with somebody, or playing a good game on your phone during that time. That's all I could really hope for, because other than that, you wasted 2.5 hours of your life watching shitty wrestling. Is it really fucking worth it just for the fucking clicks? And there's not that much clicks anyway, since wrestling's fucking dying. Is it really that fucking worth it?
Not really. Like when you look at, like, not really. It's like, shit, you might as well use your, like, if you got a platform, use it to help build up these other companies that need it. Like JCW, TNA, AEW, they need it. They need all the help that they can get right now. WWE needs as many middle fingers and fans telling them to F off as possible. Like, if you're like a guy, like, you know what, I'm done with WWE. I don't want to give them any more of my money. I don't want to give them any more of my attention. Put that money and attention towards the alternatives, because they need it. AEW needs it, TNA needs it, JCW needs it, and maybe even to a degree NWA needs it. Give the alternatives another chance.
Yeah, there's a ton of them now. Even NWA, that's another one. MLW, if that's your cup of tea, at least they got some good up-and-coming talents. Hotman said, hey guys, conspiracy theory. Do you think Fauci had to plead the fifth on everything so he wouldn't end up like that Chinese doctor for leaking info about the Wuhan lab? I just look at it like, in a situation like that, they have to have their fall guys, and that's what I feel the Chinese doctor used, one of the many fall guys. For a guy like Fauci, I don't think he's going to be doing hard time. If he does do time, it's going to be some like Club Med shit, very white collar type prison type thing, even like house arrest. Yeah. I don't think he'll be doing hard time, if any at all, because you have to look at somebody like Hillary Clinton. How many times has Donald said that he's going to put her behind bars and she's still free? I just think that the justice system is corrupt. Anybody who you think should be behind bars, they're not going to, because they're too powerful. And that's how it is.
For sure, man. Absolutely. And that's the thing. It's like, nothing's going to happen to him. Nothing's going to happen to him at all. So it's, yeah, I wouldn't get your hopes up about anything happening to that guy.
Yeah, absolutely. And like right here, I'm trying to remember what the hell was going on in this storyline here. So they have Ray Traylor, formerly Big Boss Man, dressed like a sloppy fat biker, and he's facing off against John Tenta, formerly Earthquake. And John Tenta has the most fucked up haircut I've ever seen for a guy. Dude, he's only 31 right here, by the way.
Oh my God.
He's young as shit, and he looks like he's about to, he looks like he's going to get Social Security. What is up with this fucked up haircut, too? Why did he do this?
I don't know what it is about people from the past, but like, they look older. It's like people in the 30s look like they're like 50 now, you know, like it just looks crazy. It's like, I don't know what it was that caused people to age so early, so quickly back then.
I think a lot of it, what it had to do was just, it was probably hereditary with somebody like him. But you even see like these pictures, man. You see like teens, how like back in the day, like teenagers used to get hair on their chest, man. They used to, have a deep voice, and they're becoming more feminized and smaller over time. And I think a lot of that just has to do with the diets that we have these kids on, especially over here in America, because in America, we pump it full of all sorts of shit. Pump it full of estrogen, pump it full of plastics that, raise the estrogen in a male's body, pump microplastics, pump it full of all sorts of weird stuff that we could talk about a Rumble that I shouldn't be talking about here now I think about it. But no, it's like they pump it full of so much, like our food and our water full of so much crap that feminizes the youth. And I mean, not only that, but gives them illnesses. We'll talk about it more on Rumble, man. That's a really good starting point. We'll talk about more about like the youth of America, so to speak, tomorrow on Rumble. So join us at 5.
Join us at Rumble on 5, and yeah, we got a lot to say over there, man. We're gonna have a lot of fun over there. Yeah, we're really trying to build that Rumble up. So guys, if you haven't already, please go to our Rumble, subscribe to it. We're trying to build it up. We want that to be our forever home. Like, that's where we're gonna be, regardless what happens with the YouTube. We'll be there.
I want that to be the main channel. Not gonna lie.
Yes.
I want that. And I want it to be one of those things. Like, yeah, don't get me wrong. People know, like, Screaming Baby Man. They know him on Rumble. Right. I want to be the other big wrestling channel that says controversial shit on Rumble. I think we could do it.
I think we could. I really think we could, man. I would love to be that over on Rumble, where you can actually, have a lot of fun. But yeah, I gotta show people
Patreon too. Thank you, Eric Von Eric.
Yes,
I appreciate that so much. And that's our great thing about Patreon is you get our whole entire catalog, spanning back a while, almost a decade, man. You get that whole entire catalog on there.
Everything.
You get the whole entire catalog for $1 to $3. And you could pay $1, you could pay $3, but I think it's worth it, especially if you only got $1 to chip in. for what, $12
yeah.
a year? You can't beat that, man. Just saying.
Best deal in town, man.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, I appreciate all you hardcore long timers who've been with us and
Thank you.
support us on all the platforms, man. That means a lot to us. You have no idea. Just saying.
It helps out big time, man. It really does.
Yes.
Yeah, and we'll definitely talk about what's going on with YouTube and yeah. Yes. Absolutely. Everything is there.
I appreciate that, man. God bless. God bless.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, God bless. Absolutely. And
Yes.
yeah, everything is there on Rumble that we've done, man.
Yes. So it just really means a lot to us if you guys support us like that.
Yes.
And it just like, that's the biggest thing is it's not even like, I don't want to, like my whole thing going in, I never wanted to gouge the fans. That's why when we go live stream, I don't put ads on the videos. I can't stand it when I go view a live wrestling talking stream. It's not too often, but every once in a while I'll go and check a live watch along with one of the streamers out there. And I'm just like, here's another ad. Ah, it's a 2-parter. Cool. All right. And they just got to the point that I'm like, okay, I need to use the right type of browsers, browsers that are brave if I'm going to go ahead and watch YouTube. So, that's what it came down to. So.
Absolutely, man. It's what you got to sometimes do. But so talking about John Tenta, look at this guy. Look at Humpty Dumpty over here. Ready? See, he's horseshoe bald. He's like, you know what? I'm just gonna save one out of my head. Okay, buddy. That's character.
Well, and this is the worst thing too, like with super chats, for those that don't know, if you do like a super chat on YouTube and then you do it through Apple. So yeah, you first have YouTube taking 30% and then Apple takes another 30% off of that. So you get the small little piece of pie that's left afterwards. So yeah, it sucks, man. It is what it is. But yeah, we appreciate all you guys supporting us as creators.
Thank you guys. We really appreciate it.
Definitely. Because I could tell you, man, we'll talk about it more tomorrow on Rumble, but dude, they're making it harder for these new YouTubers to come up. YouTube used to be the best way to come up and really, do well for yourself as a streamer. Nowadays, it's like, it's hard, man, especially for a newcomer.
And I feel bad for them too, because it's like, it's not easy. It really isn't. And we'll definitely talk more about it over on Rumble tomorrow for sure. But yeah, man,
what is with like, as you can see, look at this fucking haircut. So I guess John Tenta, he won the sock of lug nuts on a pole match. What the fuck is in this sock? He's pouring it out on John Tenta. Oh, it's a bunch of quarters or silver dollars, and he's putting them over the eyes. Okay. Well, and that's dumb to me because he didn't even use a sock with silver dollars to knock him in the head. You would have figured that he would have done that.
Right. What's he doing? He's stupid.
Hey, appreciate it, Fridge Man. Much love.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes. So this is like, not everything's great back in the day with WCW, but the one thing that I love, at least at the very much, is it reminds me a lot of AEW, the variety.
It does.
Like, one thing about AEW, I can't say they are trying to offer a variety show. Don't get me wrong. There are ways off in offering the sexuality, the promos, really the creativity that we got back in the Attitude of Ruthless, but it's the best that you got for what's on right now, just saying.
It really is. Well, I mean, the good thing about what we're watching right now is we're watching the debut of Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Yes. You're watching with us. We're going to react in live time to Hulk Hogan turning heel for the first time. And it changed a lot of things, man. Like people want to say that the Montreal Screwjob is what created the Attitude Era. Nah. I'm going to go one step further. I'm going to say Hulk Hogan turning heel is what led to the Attitude Era, because that started the chain reaction of everything, of WCW kicking WWF's ass, WWF having to play from behind, and then having to hire Russo and like everything, and like have Stone Cold turn heel and do his thing. And like it started the chain reaction of everything that led to the Attitude Era.
Yeah, I mean, you really got to give a lot of credit to Eric Bischoff, because look at WWF. Not a lot of people talk about this, but WWF was at a point where it was about to go bankrupt. Right. It really needed that kick in the ass and new stars, and Russo teaming up with McMahon gave that to us, along with Ed Ferrara as well. I can't leave out Ed because he is one of the most unsung heroes that we never talk about. Ed Ferrara, we would not have an Attitude Era without Ed Ferrara. Just saying.
No, because they all did their own thing. Like Vince Russo was more of the idea guy. Ed Ferrara was the guy who was coming in there as a professional TV writer, formatted the shows and made it episodic like it became. And then Vince McMahon was like the ultimate filter visionary of what this could be and how it could work. Because like Vince, with all of his experience, brought all those new ideas together and like made it work because he knew how it fit within the confines of pro wrestling. So like that's what was great about it. It was just like everybody was doing their part and everybody was adding in. It wasn't just one guy. It wasn't just Vince Russo or Ed Ferrara or Vince McMahon. Like JBL saying, it's like, yeah, well, Vince Russo wasn't as good without Vince. Well, Vince was not as good without Vince Russo. Like that's like it goes the other way around as well. Like everybody combined made the show better and allowed WWF to become an international phenomenon again. And I mean, let's be real. If there was no Attitude Era, there would be no WWE. There'd be no WCW because Time Warner didn't want to be in the wrestling business. So we may have been in a situation where wrestling would have been completely dead. Like if there was no Attitude Era, there would not be. I'm saying right now, flatly, bluntly, if there was no Attitude Era, there'd be no wrestling today. Period.
Oh, absolutely, because that's the thing that people don't understand, because you have all these fucking nerds out there that are like, oh, who cares that WWE goes under? New Japan has been around since 1972. Look at DMLL. It's been around for over 70 years. Look at AAA. It's been around forever, you fucking retard. That's the thing, is that it would thrive in these little areas outside, and even then, New Japan is dead right now. I will say Mexican wrestling is doing well for itself. It's not as great as it used to be, but it's doing well for itself, and it's the only area really besides the United States where they're making money and they're packing arenas. That's it. That is it. But even then, what happens if WWE dies and you don't have WCW to really come up and take that reins? Because look at it. WCW would have closed with the AOL Time Warner merger. I mean, it was already one of those things where, you had Ted Turner be like, I don't need this. I'm done with this wrestling shit by 2000. He was like, I'm done with this shit.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. And then just like you already see where it was going to go. If WWF ran out of cash, it didn't get Russo and Ferrara, and it didn't have that creative boost, it would have slowly trickled out to being a Carney show. And that's what we would have left is we will go back to the Carney territory indie days where wrestling was fucking dead, yet they acted like it was hotter than ever.
It would have gone bankrupt. Like, people got to remember that WWF in 1997 was on the verge of bankruptcy. Vince McMahon was Vince McMahon was on the verge of bankruptcy with WWF. That was how, and Pat Patterson did help too, absolutely. But like, it was on the verge of bankruptcy, man. It really was. It was not this stable thing when Russo came and took it over. Like, idiots like Jim Cornette want to go, well, he had a network studio production quality facility. I'm like, yeah, and you did too. And what did you do with it with Bruce Pritchard? Mickey Mouse garbage. What did Vince Russo do? He made it a much better show. That's a fact.
Goddamn, I brought in the Midnight Express for a couple pointless matches on Raw. It was amazing.
Oh my God. Oh, that was going to save the company right there. The Midnight Express.
Totally.
Why do people listen to Cornette? How can people listen to him? Granted, he's entertaining. I'll give him that. But when it comes to his ideas on wrestling, the guy doesn't know. Like, he's so out of touch. Like, if he were to take, no, God,
he's got so much knowledge. He's been in the business forever. And that's what's so frustrating is we like Cornette for the funny shit he says.
Sure.
The dorks, they hate him for that shit. They like him for his nerdy wrestling points of view that are outdated. We're completely reverse of what these online marks think, and it's frustrating living in this bizarro world where there's this many low IQ people that think differently than you.
It's frustrating because like these people that we disagree with so much, they have such a big platform and they can influence so many people to like the worst parts of it. Like Jim Cornette was hyping up FTR. I'm sorry, they're one of the most boring tag teams that are in pro. Like right now, I'm going to say it right now, Chelsea Green and Tiffany Stratton are more entertaining as a tag team than FTR. FTR, they may be good in the ring, but what else?
Well, and not only that, but I would say the Outrunners are way better than them.
Yeah, at least they have a character.
Yeah, you look up and down at who AEW has on their roster, and even WWE, there are so many better tag teams out there. Why are Triple H and Tony jacking off over these two? I've never seen the big deal. Even Cornette. Maybe it's because they do the old school style. But if anything, they show you that the old school style looks like shit. I'm sorry. It doesn't look good.
No, and it's corny. Like that's the thing too. Is like when it's interesting too because like when the veterans get control of the business, what do they introduce into it? Corniness. across the board.
Well, and just more than anything, in a day and age where we're really trying to get marketable-looking wrestlers, I'm sorry, FTR aren't the type of guys you can put on posters. And his whole argument would be like, that's the goddamn thing! They're everyday tough guys! That's all of Triple H's favorites. They're normal people. I don't want to see normal people wrestle. I want to see jacked-up monsters wrestle. I want to see beautiful women wrestle. I want to see people that look like they could be superheroes, or villains for that matter, wrestle. Not regular fucking fat truck driver retards. I'm sorry.
Right. No, we want to see personalities. We want to see characters. Like, come on.
Yeah, it's very frustrating, man. So, what was it? MM Garza was saying, looks like they're teasing triple threat for Liv versus Steph and Becky Lynch. Somehow Becky has to insert herself for another title shot. This, now here, you might disagree with this, but I think this is a good thing. And only if Becky's willing to take the fall, because at least this way you protect Liv and Steph. And you have Becky take the pinfall in the three-way, and Liv gets to keep her belt, and it still builds upon that feud with Steph. So if Becky takes the pinfall and she's not taking the belt here, this is not a bad thing. If anything, it helps them continue the feud longer, and I guess gives Becky a little bit of shine before you throw her back to the mid card. So just saying.
Well, what I would do is, I know this is going to piss a lot of people off. Sure. I would make it a triple threat, and I'd have Liv keep her title. I'd have Liv keep her title, but only because Steph V cost Becky, and then you set up a feud between them. Like, because are we gonna do a Becky Liv feud again? Are we gonna do a Becky Steph feud again? We've already seen that. Like, at least we have not seen a Becky Steph feud. I would have that match end either in disqualification, or I would have Steph cost Becky the title in that match, cost her the win, and then you set up a feud between them two. And then for Liv, you set up somebody else. Maybe you break apart the Judgment Day. Maybe you set her but that's what I would do.
And that sounds like a good plan, because at least you're giving them something to work with. And just the main thing here is it's just, okay, Liv and Steph continue their feud, but you got Becky Lynch just shoehorned into there. If you shoehorn her into there, I'm not mad about it unless she wins the title. If she wins the title, then we got problems. But I don't think they're going to go that way. Metalhead was saying, remember Bodacious Bart and Bombastic Bob? Thanks, Jim. Well, that's what I got to try to say is, like, you look at the characters that he's actually tried to come up with, and they were just some goofball shit. We always point back to the In Your House era, because that's when they actually gave Jim the books, and we saw the type of characters they were coming up with. I mean, here he was getting mad at the fact, like, they had characters like Bastion Booger in the Goon, and he's like, you should see the Goon on the Indies, he was amazing! It's like, I don't want to see him on the Indies. I want to see this fat, lumpy bastard with the character. And Vince looked at him immediately. He's like, look at that fucking physique. Let's hide it with the hockey jersey, make him into a goon. Great gimmick. This is what you do with people that don't look like wrestlers, is you put a little bit of clothes on them and you make them look like a wrestler.
Right, and that's what Vince got. That's what Vince McMahon got. Jim Cornette never got that. Just like, put Stan Hansen in the ring. Put what was another the other guy that they were? I think it was Dr. Dead Steve Williams, and everybody, it's like, again, you're gonna. they're gonna have them. Like, what did you want, Jim? You wanted him to like one up Stone Cold? Is that what you wanted? And squash the biggest baby face that you had since Hulk Hogan? Is that what you wanted? You fucking mark?
Not gonna happen. Well, because the biggest problem with that is the fact that he was like, at least with Vince and Russo and McMahon and Ferrara, they were trying to build up stars. Jim, when he was a part of WWF, wasn't trying to build up any of the stars. The only ones that I really support him being behind was Vader. I think Vader got fucked over massively in WWF.
Yes,
I'll give him that. Vader, that was an imposing, big, tough, fat motherfucker that was good on the mic. And that got fucked over by Shawn Michaels. I'll give him that. But besides that, you look at a lot of the people that he got behind, mostly shitty tag teams, and you're like, Dr. Death Steve Williams, what happened? He got knocked out in the Brawl for All tournament. You can't take him seriously if he gets knocked out. I'm sorry. And it's not like he's going to replace Stone Cold too. He was an already beat up All Japan veteran by that time. Just saying.
What was having him win? Like, even with JR, it's like, what was having Dr. Death Steve Williams winning that thing going to do for anybody?
Yeah, that's what really surprised me, is that it doesn't put over any young talent, and if anything, it just oh, this solidifies this guy who we think is fucking tough because we've seen him in a couple shitty bar fights with a bunch of uncoordinated fucking drunk jackasses, and he knocked out a couple fucking fat drunks. Oh, we gotta see him be a real tough guy on TV to really bring back the fucking entertainment value of pro wrestling, bring back the seriousness of it. I'm sorry, but guys like that, they're never gonna get over. Why did Stone Cold get over? Because he was believable. He was young. I mean, still what it was like mid-30s, early 30s when he came up with Stone Cold.
And
still,
unlike Stan Hansen and Dr. Death Steve Williams, he had a personality. He had a larger-than-life, over-the-top, charismatic personality, and he could get over. Unlike them, they couldn't be. Now, I understand people like have a lot of respect to like veterans in the past. I get it, but they were trying to build the future. They had to build their future roster, sacrificing Stone Cold and The Rock to Dr. Death Steve Williams and Stanley. No, this is why Jim Cornette should not have an opinion on modern wrestling. If he wants to talk about wrestling from the 80s, have a fucking field day. But if you're talking about what's going to work now, what's going to get over now, this motherfucker was out of touch back in 1990. He bankrupted his own promotion, Smoky Mountain Pro Wrestling, in 1995. So I don't want to hear anything from him about booking and what's good and what's not good. I don't want to hear it from him.
And you just see the people who he gets behind, and they're all these old school, old timey fucks. You know, it's just you see what he does, and it's just another one that really caught me off guard. I don't know if you remember him. He came in actually right during the Attitude Era too. Dan Severn. Do you remember Dan Severn?
Yes.
That's another fucking Cornette wrestler right there. I mean, what did Dan bring? Worst promo they had on the fucking roster. Yeah. Slow and old in the ring. Like, this is the type of people that he gets behind. He's legitimate. He was a tough guy. Former NWA champion, former UFC champion. It's like, okay, what can he do in the ring? It's not like he's Ken Shamrock. Ken Shamrock actually looked like a jack motherfucker who's great on the mic. Yeah. A guy who, in my opinion, if they didn't have a loaded roster, you could actually buy Ken Shamrock being WWF World Champion back in the day.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there was so much star power back then. Well, and what it is they built the stars, that they built people. Like they did, like WCW, they were kind of doing what WWE's doing now. And they were building by bringing back stars from the past to pump them up. And it lasted for a little bit, and then it just fizzled out, as it always does. Because, like, where do you go? Like, okay, you bring back this mega star. What do you do with him now? With Hulk Hogan, that did massive business for them because they did something brand new with him that people had never seen before. But like, look at Bret Hart. What do they do with him?
Well, Bret, a lot of it got fucked up because the roster was so crowded when he got over to WCW, and not only that, but that let's be real, the kick to the head, man. The kick to the head from Goldberg, it changed him permanently. He was never the same afterwards. And that's why he holds so much bitter resentment. Don't get me wrong. He's always been a very miserable guy, but that's what I think officially moved Bret Hart into his Meryl Streep arc, was that right there. That incident right there. That made him the most miserable wrestler ever, because he was never able to get back. Like, especially when you think you're the greatest wrestler of all time and some fuckhead kicks you in the head and you have people saying, oh, your career's over, you're never going to wrestle again. How do you think that made Bret feel? Because, like, even Scott Hall back in the day, he's like, yeah, this one time I went over to Bret's house and, he had all this, like, statues and pictures of himself, like some creepy museum or something. And I'm like, let's be real, Bret, great wrestler. He's a fucking mark for himself.
Yeah.
Just saying, that must have really hurt him when he couldn't wrestle anymore.
Well, yeah, I mean, like you were saying about the kick to the head, I mean, that may have been it. Like, maybe he was kind of somewhat normal before the kick to the head. Maybe the answer is you got to kick Bret Hart in the head. Who knows? Who knows?
Maybe it resets him. Who knows? Maybe it's like, he get kicked in the head again and it makes him good. Maybe he might have a career resurgence at 65. You never know.
It's like that Family Guy. Meg Griffin gets punched in the face by the bully, makes her pretty.
Yes.
Punches her again, like makes her ugly. Punches her again, makes her pretty. Who knows? Maybe that's the way you fix Bret Hart. You just gotta kick him in the head, and then he'll be happy Bret Hart again. It's like, I got a new look. I got a new lease on life. I'm happy, living my best self. Like, who knows? Maybe that's the answer. I'm kidding.
I would just love it if he went out there, skip into the ring, and he gets in the ring. He's like, guess what, guys? I found my smile. That'd be awesome.
That'd be great. Oh, that'd be see that would be funny, fun entertainment. Like that if we get happy Bret Hart. Like, is it even humanly possible to have Bret Hart be happy?
You gotta give him, like, just put him on super amounts of antidepressants, like fucking just military grade antidepressants, and then you give him a sweater and you give him like a Bo Dallas, Mr. Rogers type gimmick. I think it'd be awesome.
You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking like, remember like the Mr. Burns, like he goes through the treatments to become the alien. He's like, I bring you love.
Yes.
Bret Hart, I bring you love.
Goldberg, bring it in, buddy. Give me a hug.
And then the meds wear off and he's choking Goldberg.
You fucking piece of shit. You ended my career, you asshole.
Get him off me. Get him off me.
I love it, dude. If his eyes were so dilated, they look like fucking dish saucers, man. Oh, it's what we're missing out on. Like, you remember when in Futurama where Zoidberg took the pill and he's like, wow, the fighting. That's what it would be like.
It'd be great. See, like this is how you could book the veterans. Like, if they're fucking miserable old pieces of shit, damn it, you book them like that, and you could get them over. You could get the crowd. And see, like, I'm cool with having comedy on wrestling, but yes, it's gotta have its time and place. It can't all be. It's you gotta have it here and there. You gotta have, like, it's gotta be selectively retarded.
Well, and my whole problem is, yeah, you're right. Having retardation in pro wrestling is not a bad thing if it's done right. But that's my biggest thing, is a lot of like the comedy, the stupid comedy that we recommend. A lot of these big companies like WWE, they fuck it up, man. Oh, yeah. We recommend having a goofy comedy character and they take Danhausen and give him like Nickelodeon SpongeBob humor. Yeah, you're making the fucking nerds online laugh, but every other adult is like, what the hell is this cringe shit?
Right. Like if you, okay, I'm gonna give him an idea. Like, if you want to do something funny, okay, let's say you got a match like, okay, CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes, and you're in the main event of like a WrestleMania. Okay, here's what you do. You have a partnership with the Muppets, and you have the Muppets do a run-in. You got Miss Piggy stuttering Cody. You got Kermit powerbombing CM Punk through a table. Like, do funny shit like that.
Hey, can we do that in AEW since NJF looks like a Muppet?
You know what? Okay, I'm down with it.
Hey, how great would it be? Dude, you get Harley Cameron and Tony Storm doing shit with fucking Miss Piggy and Kermit. It'd be fucking amazing. Just saying.
Minnie Monet and Miss Piggy.
Yes.
They're wreaking havoc. My God, they're wreaking. And you got to have JR on commentary. My God, Miss Piggy's raining hell. She's wreaking havoc. Oh, my God.
I want Jim Cornette faking a heart attack when Kermit and fucking Kenny Omega are brawling in the ring, okay? That's what I want.
And put him on there. It's like, what the fuck is this stupid shit? God damn, wrestling's dead.
You would never hear him say a nice thing about the Muppets ever again, because I think at one time he did like the Muppets, because he did. That's the thing about Jim, is he likes funny shit. Like, he's been a big supporter of South Park, a Family Guy. He at least knows what is funny. But something like that, he would turn a cold shoulder to the Muppets. He would hate them for life. He would talk shit about Jim Henson every fucking chance he gets. You already know where it would go.
But I mean, it's like, why do you have to take it so serious? For me, it can't be all goofy, silly comedy. You got to have drama in it sometimes. But it's okay every once in a while to have comedy.
So
we've said that.
Are you telling me that back when Jim Cornette was working with Pat Patterson, back when he was working with Vince McMahon, that he wasn't behind any of these fucking goofy, shitty In Your House characters? Really?
No.
Really?
No. Nah, I mean, he had nothing to do with Max Moon. He had nothing to do with Chainsaw Charlie coming out of a box.
Man Mountain Rock.
Mountain Rock.
He had nothing to do with this. Nothing to do with Doink the Clown. You know, I don't believe him all the way. I think he came up with corny gimmicks, and now he's turning a blind eye to it. Like, I didn't do none of that. It was all Pat and Vince. Sure. Like it's like he's got his hand in the cookie jar, like chocolate chip crumbs, cookie crumbs on his mouth, and he's like, "Don't blame me, goddammit, blame the dog." Exactly. If you know how to look on the internet and you know how to find certain archives, you can find it. It's out there. It's free. No ads. It's great. I love it. It's a good thing.
Fantastic.
Indeed. So what was it? MM Garza was saying, I hope Becky doesn't win Money in the Bank to make the last for the checklist. She doesn't need it. I think at this point, I really get this feeling about Becky. I could be wrong, but I feel like she's in it at this point just to put over other talents over before she retires. I could be wrong. She could go for another run, but like especially with her feud with Lyra Valkyria, the previous feud she had before this, I feel like she's maybe settling down a little bit. I could be wrong. What do you think?
I'm going to be real.
Sure.
I think they're going to put the title on her. And the reason why is they want to have another, like if you're going to take the title off Liv and put it on somebody else, you want to put it on somebody who's a proven star who can handle it. And I get where they're going there, but the problem with it is it does nothing for anybody else. It does nothing to build up anybody. You're still in this, like, it's like you're just spinning your wheel and going nowhere. Like it does nothing.
And that's what we're saying too with somebody like Becky is it doesn't benefit your company to make her champion because she's not going to do anything to really raise the ratings. I mean, you pretty much got what you could out of her when she was the man. You got all the merch money you could out of her. There's no repackage that they could do right now with old lady Becky Lynch that is going to get people to care. Even if they do like some sort of villain couple with her and Joker, Seth Rollins, where like she's like a ripoff Harley Quinn or whatever. Even if they do some shit like that, nobody's going to care. Because it's just these two broken down vets who have already been at the top way too fucking long, and people want to see a change. That's why you see the pushback against even like Cody Rhodes. He's not that old. He's like just reached 40, 39, right. Something like that. He's getting there, but he's still got a couple years left, and that's why people are already getting tired of him. He's already been retread. That's what Triple H will do, is take somebody who hasn't even been back in WWE that long and get you tired of them. Look at Danhausen already. The fans are already tired of this fool. What, 6 months in?
Mm-hmm. Less.
Crazy.
No, crazy. So they brought him in January. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Wow.
February, March, April, May, June, July. Yeah.
Already fucking screwed him over. And this is what we try telling people, is that Triple H will take anything that is somewhat marketable and he will mooch it. He will mooch it so much that there is nothing left. And that's what we're seeing with Dan. Look at what he did over with Roman Reigns. He got everybody to not give a shit about the hottest storyline in the bloodline. And to just even hear Roman say, it ain't never going to end as long as I'm here. So we're going to have Samoan days of our life for the next 3 decades. Yay.
Whoopee. That's
cool.
That's what the fans want to see. But we got to talk about the Raw after SummerSlam rating. Now,
real quick. I'm sorry. Real quick. I just want to catch this. Thoughts on Kendall Gray. Kendall Gray, I think she's got potential. I like it how they're trying to give her at least some sort of personality right now. I think pairing her with Ren Sinclair helps out. I will say that much. And I think that's the right thing to go with. With somebody who's still that green on the mic, but they're good in the ring, you need somebody that can help her out. Ren's helping her out with that. So let's see where it goes. I think it's got potential. Who knows?
I do too,
I will say this. I have been warming up to Ren Sinclair. I'll give you that.
Me too. I've been warming up to her as well. There's definitely something there that they can work with. But you can't have any hopes. I mean, look at what Triple H is doing with the women that he already brought up there. He's not doing anything with them. So it's like I get like liking them and like you want to see them become stars. You can't have any faith as long as Triple H is the booker. That's why like I'm mainly putting my attention towards like AEW, JCW, TNA, in some cases NWA. Like that's why I'm looking there, and in some cases MLW, because like I do like seeing Cross and Scarlett and Shotzi and Priscilla and Matt Riddle on there. Like they've got draws on that show. So like there's like I care more about the alternatives at this point than I do about WWE. Let WWE die out. They're bleeding out right now. Like let them bleed out. Let's
real quick. I'm sorry, Hot Man. I know you wanted to get the rating. Real quick, let's go ahead and talk about how NXT has been trying to do all they can to hotshot and get people watching the ratings. They got a new star practically debuting every other week. Mike Santana not too long ago. Now they got Zilla Fatu popping up. Grayson Waller the previous week before. Who's going to show up the next week? It really feels like they're like every week they're trying to go for a new face shock value. Who do you think is going to be next?
Well, I don't know if they're going to be continually bringing in new people, but what I do think I think they've been planning to bring in Zilla. They've been planning to bring in Mike Santana. I think Steve Macklin may be coming in the future, maybe. But what I think they're really doing right now is it got to a point where it's like they did not do a good job of building up male superstars. And so like when the ones that they had like Trick and Carmelo Hayes and Oba, when they all left to go to the main roster, there was really nobody. down in NXT, like in the men's division that people cared about. And so they're having to bring in all these people. With Zilla Fat 2, man, like I'm at the point, like he's talented, but it's like, do we need another Fat 2? I mean,
Well,
yeah.
Here's where I stand on Zilla. Put him in a tag team with Solo. Because the one thing I could give both Zilla and Solo is I think that they're both a little bit charismatic. Like,
Sure.
if you see Zilla cut a promo, he's not bad with promos. Like, he that's the one thing I will say, that a lot of these Fat Twos, they're decent on the mic. But when he gets in the ring, he fucking sucks, dude. He's so green. He needed to go to NXT, so this is the good thing for him. But when they do prematurely call him up, because you know they're gonna, pair him up with Solo. He needs to be with somebody who's already been on the roster for a little bit, who's too overrated, make him a tag team, and have him learn from that guy. Because the way that they're bringing him in right now, you can already tell he's going to be the Samoan monster. They're going to book him a lot like Solo did when they first brought him into NXT, making him like this ultimate badass tough guy, rip off Kevin Owens, but Samoan dude. That's what they're going to do.
I mean, like it's okay. I mean, I hope it works, but I don't know if it's going to work. I mean, like that's the thing with NXT. It's like they've got a lot of potential, but it's like what's going to end up like in 2 years from now? Where are these people going to be?
That's what I'm saying. Look at all the NXT washouts, man. That's the biggest detriment, I think, about the NXT developmental system, is you see more people out on the indies after 2 to 3 years coming from WWE than you do in AEW when the Ring of Honor washouts, TNA explosion washouts. You know, you look at all these developmental feds or little companies or little sideshows or whatever. After they wash out, they're nothing, man. That's how it is with WWE talent. At least these AEW talents, TNA talents, they go find jobs elsewhere. Nobody is tuning in to see a lot of these developmentals because they weren't able to build up the name value on a big spot. Nobody watches NXT. I hate to say it.
No, they don't watch NXT. Like, and that's the thing, man. It's like at the end of the day, it's like NXT is niche, AEW is niche, and that's the problem. Is like none of these companies really, other than AEW, have the ability to compete with WWE. Like AEW could compete with WWE, but they got to get out of their own way.
True. Absolutely. Real quick, I would say Triple H and Undertaker. That's one of my favorite, I guess, matches from him. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that was a good one. But yeah, let's get to the Raw rating. What do you got?
Okay, so last year, Raw rating 3 million viewers for the Raw after SummerSlam.
Sure.
This year, 2.6 million, down 400,000 viewers from last year's.
And that's the thing that we need to remind people, is this is not domestic, this is international. No. And I would imagine that a lot of the viewership that they're losing is here in the States, not worldwide. I'd love to see an international breakdown of where each of these markets are and where they're getting the viewership in each of these countries. More than anything, I want to see somebody, whether it be Brent Thurston, Dave Meltzer, somebody, I want to see a breakdown of the shit.
Well, I think it's all on Netflix's side. It's like only they know that. Like they'll tell you. Actually, and I could do that right now. Like, what country are you interested in seeing Raw's viewership?
Let's see the viewership for Japan. I want to see how dead they are in Japan.
All right, let me see if they got Japan on here. They do. Okay. Are they in the top 10 of Japan? They are not.
Okay. Let's try Mexico. How are they doing over in Mexico?
Mexico. All right. Maldives, Mexico. There we go. Top 10 shows in Mexico. No Raw.
Okay. Let's go with the safer option. Let's go for Britain.
All right. Bahrain, Belgium, the UK. Let me go down to United Kingdom. Okay. So what are the is Raw? Oh, Raw is in the top 10 in the United Kingdom, but it is at number 9.
So the British marks are barely hanging on. Okay, one more. Let's go with the random. That's not usually a wrestling country or continent.
Germany.
Germany's good. Yeah, go for Germany.
Okay. Okay. Nope.
Shit. Okay. Try Russia.
Russia. Interesting. Okay. Is Russia even on here? We think they are. Maybe I'll skip past it. Wow, no Russia.
Wow.
Qatar, Romania. What is reunion? I don't know what reunion is. But fucking like
We're
we're
just making shit up.
it's like some made up country. It's like, you know what it's like? It's, you ever heard of that
The Jerry Seinfeld Island, yes.
Yes. Well, okay, but there's that, and then there's also like the woman, like the conspiracy theory of like the woman time traveler. She had this like document from like some made up country. Like, that's what it's
Tartaria.
like.
The Tartaria
Yes.
shit. Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, no, it could be, man. So crazy when you look at it. What was it? I'm only kind of gay. Weephole said Solo needs to just make a TikTok and hit of him shitting at the airport. He's as talented as Roll Sucker or Orlando Jordan Swallow. Whoa! Damn! Wow.
You know what, Weeb? I'm gonna. I gotta give you credit, man.
We agree with you, man.
I agree with you, but I gotta give you credit, man. You know what? You're right about Roll Sucker. You're right.
Yeah,
Pretty face, but dude, she right now she sucks. I'm gonna be real.
We'll be real. We were letting our dicks do the talking, and as we've become seasoned wrestling fans, we're letting our dicks talk less about wrestling.
We put the microphones on our dicks, and they were doing the talking.
Yeah, it was all just dickhead talking. So now we've gotten the mics off our dicks and onto up here our good head. So yeah, we're good to go. But yeah, as far as Roll Sucker, yeah, she's not good. Orlando Jordan at least was okay. I mean, Orlando Jordan nowadays would probably beat most main eventers and be better than him. Just saying, if we took Orlando Jordan for the past.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, but nah, Solo fucking sucks, and we're gonna be doing an overrated on him real soon. It needs to be done. Say that much.
Solo, like, why are people get like they're so giggly tits over Solo? Like, he's the next Rock. If you believe that, watch Solo's promo from this past week. Everyone's jerking off over. Watch it, and then right after that, go watch the Rock promo that he was cutting on Billy Gunn. He's like, God, my name is Billy. It doesn't matter what your name is. Go watch that. What I'm seeing from Solo, he doesn't have the bass in his voice. He doesn't have the charisma, that commanding voice that The Rock had. Like, it's just he's a guy doing a shitty Rock impression, and
dude, the problem about him is he's too much of a goofball and he's too overweight to take him seriously.
Right.
He doesn't take his body seriously like The Rock. That's the thing, is Rock coming out of football, yeah, he had a little bit of gyno going on, but other than that, the guy was huge, 6'5", stacked with muscle. He already looked like a fucking superstar. He just had to trim up a little bit, put some sunglasses on. The Rock character was born. And you're right, he had that deep bass to his voice, convincing, serious delivery, but he knew when to tap into comedy. He knew when to tap into comedy when he needed to, but for the most part, he knew how to command the audience. Something Solo doesn't do. Then you're right, there's too many Rock impersonators. We already got Ricky Taints over on SmackDown.
Good
now
point.
we got Solo Sakamoa trying to be The Rock. It's just like, enough with this shit. That's the thing, is you're never going to hear Kevin Nash call him, rip off Rocks. He'll do it to LA Knight, but he won't do it to these two.
you know why?
Bullshit.
Because he'd get a phone call.
Don't diss my boys.
Yeah, you sure you want to say that? I mean, something might happen to your Legends deal, you know? Something might happen to your alcohol supply, you know? What would happen if I cut off your supplier and you weren't getting alcohol anymore? Just saying.
Right. Well, and like that's the thing. It's like, they can't be honest. It's like this whole WWE radio crap. They can't be honest.
They can't.
Yes, I do remember when Raw lost to a fireplace.
It was fantastic. This is a good question. If you still got that open, how's Spain doing?
Spain, good question. Let me open that back up. And then I'm going to show you a picture of Glenn Gilberti.
Disco fever. This.
Bro, have you seen the Conan podcast?
Oh God, it's
bro,
always. This is every time I tune into the Conan podcast, it's always Glenn Gilberti, and he's sitting on his like beat up shitty couch in his stripper office, and he's got a tank top on, and he's got his hands behind his head. He's like, Triple H is a genius, and I'm just like, it's basically that every WCW flunky nowadays is a Triple H dick sucker, every fucking one of them.
Well, because like I think deep down it's not necessarily that I think they want a job. It's that they don't want to step on toes. You know what I mean?
Right. I will give Undertaker all the credit in the world for saying, man, I'm tired of sucking dick. It sucks. I'm tired of doing it. I don't want to do it anymore. Stephanie made me hate cucumbers. At least he stopped sucking nerd dick. This is why I have a lot more respect for Undertaker. Now, don't get me wrong. He's booking a very marquee show, and like more marquee than HBK, let's be real, with AAA.
Yeah.
But at the same time, though, I would rather put Undertaker in Triple H's role and see what happens. I think he knows what a star is. I'll just say that much. And come to find out, we were going to show this on the news. Did you know that he made the Grande Americano character? That wasn't Triple H. That was him.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, it was something different. It was a character.
Which Triple H doesn't do.
No.
Just saying.
What? But and that makes sense too, because Undertaker, that was all. I mean, it wasn't all character. He was great in the ring. Don't get me wrong, but a lot of what got the Undertaker character over was the character. It was all the things like the tongue, the white eyes rolled back to his head, the poses that he did, like everything was all like the entrance. Everything was all character. It was like he understood that from the get-go, and so it makes sense that Undertaker understands character, and that's desperately what WWE needs. What you don't need is some fucking painted up little cigarette walking around WWE doing fake curses to people like that. Like, enough with that guy. Get him off TV. Fire him.
Well, he's not going to do anything for your company. You're going to get limited merch boosts, but what's going on with him is he's running his name ragged real quick. That's Triple H for you. This is what he does. And yeah, we support Triple H. Please run him in the ground. Take all the juice out of him, please. And this is crazy that Undertaker came up with this shit while he's just drinking his coffee in the morning, dude. This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, he's creative. So Hot Man. So Spain,
sure.
No Raw in the top 10.
Wow. Spain's a big country too. They like their wrestling as well. So just saying. I don't think he's ever going to divorce her. I think he realizes how annoying she is, but he's old, dude. He doesn't want to have to find some broad. He's the Undertaker. He could, don't get me wrong, but he doesn't want to have to find another broad. He probably has a lot of investments split with her. So he's like, the less annoying I have to be around her, the better. So that's why he's like, I'm going to end this podcast because she fucked it up. Let's be real. Michelle McCool fucked that podcast up. It wasn't too bad with the British dude beforehand, but man, when she came on, whoa. And then the dick sucking too was like, why would anybody watch this shit?
Well, and that's the problem is like, it's podcasting is all about chemistry. If you're going to do a podcast with somebody, you've got to have chemistry. You've got to be on the same page. You've got to you don't necessarily have to agree 100%, but you have to be on the same page.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, is I would rather see Michelle back in the ring because she actually is in good shape and decent on the mic, just not in podcasting. I don't think podcasting is her forte. I don't think she has any sort of chemistry with Undertaker. And that's the thing is, at least with the first co-host that Undertaker had, there was a little bit of chemistry there, I don't know. I just don't see that. Maybe I'm not seeing something but with Michelle and Undertaker, I don't see it. Just saying.
No, I don't see it either. You know what else I don't see being real? Although I hope it happens.
Sure.
Now, again, we're stating for the record, we do not believe this is real.
Right.
Okay. But I hope it's real because, man, would it be so funny. Now, it wouldn't be funny for the daughters, so God bless them. But, come on. We know they're not.
They're mostly grown anyways. Even if this is the case, they're mostly grown anyways. They're going to move out on their own pretty soon. I don't know if I believe this rumor. I think that Triple H and Steph are going to have kind of like that Vince and Linda type relationship where they're still together, but only by name. And that's always the kind of don't get me wrong. They act very lovey towards each other, but I think it's very fake and corporate at the end of the day. That's the proof in the pudding is her taking off her ring and showing it to everybody. Hey, I'm not wearing my wedding ring. Very bold, very bold. And he still wears it too.
Well, and also when she was doing her podcast with Oba and Trick, she would hug him, it was weird, man. And you notice this too, when you watch her podcast, she typically wears a hoodie with everybody that she reviews, except for Oba and Trick and a few other people.
And John Cena.
She makes an effort to really, emphasize what she got going on up top, and that's the thing, man. It's like with her, it's like it makes us conspiracy theorists wonder, what's going on here, huh?
I don't get why she's so self-conscious. Because she's like, yeah, I get so self-conscious about my chicken neck. Yeah. Well, nobody's looking at your chicken neck. They're looking at your giant tits. Come on.
Well, and that's the thing, Stephanie. It's like the bigger the tits are, the more we are distracted away from the neck. So it's like maybe what you got to do is go get bigger implants. Maybe that's the answer. Who knows?
I'm just saying, yeah, she's definitely going for that Angela White 30 years later type of look. So good for her.
Yeah, and you know what? Like, it's crazy about her. Like, Shaggy Two Dope was right. Like, let me,
Yeah.
like, it's crazy. Come on, computer.
Oh,
Yeah, she's Vince McMahon with titties.
Vince McMahon with titties. But it's like when you look at like her from the past and her now, it's stark. It's like, are these like conspiracy theory? Is Stephanie McMahon the same person? I'm gonna ask.
Hey, I think it is. I think overall,
Yeah.
I think it's the same person. I think Punk is the same dude. I think Cena's the same dude. I think a lot of the people who we see in wrestling are the same dudes. They all play ball. I don't see, because that's the thing is like, when have you ever seen any of them go on a podcast or say any weird conspiracy shit? Never. They all play ball. Every one of them.
They're all taking that it's infused with adrenaline and
Just saying.
Just
Javon was saying my birthday is Friday. Well, happy advanced
Happy
birthday
birthday.
to you, dude, Javon. I hope you have a great one. He was saying, what kills me is how these marks will explain why certain wrestlers are great and their only argument is because of the ring work. I'll just be shaking my head, man. And well, that's where it comes down to, and this is why I've really gotten to the point where you can't conversate with these people on the IWC. Once you really start talking to them, it makes you embarrassed to be a wrestling fan because you're like, wow. They watch the same shit that I do, and they don't even see what I see. We're watching two completely different shows. It's very frustrating how ass backwards and unintelligent they are, and how you can't have a conversation with them. Like I said before, you would have a better conversation with a brick wall or a floor than you would with these pieces of garbage. They're pointless.
What's frustrating is that they had such a big platform. Like JD was on it for years, like, and he still does from time to time. But it's like they have such a big platform, and they convince so many people of this that this match mark bullshit was better than what it actually was. I'm sorry, like NXT Black and Gold, even in the We Are Not Your Kind era with Slipknot and their shit, like even then it sucked. I'm sorry, but you actually, if you listen to the promos and you listen to what they're saying, the dialogue is god awful.
It really is. Well, I will say that NXT was kind of tolerable. It's had two moments where it was tolerable. The beginning, when it had Dusty working behind the scenes, it was okay. It wasn't anything worth writing home about, but it was watchable. And
Right.
then NXT 2.0 when it first started. When those two first started, they were okay. And then they just evolved into pure mark garbage because it's the easiest thing to do and you don't have to be creative.
See, and I agree, but I think people have a big misconception of, like, even JD has a misconception of, like, and again, I'm not trying to start beef with them. I'm just saying
It's already there.
it's already there. But I'm just saying what's true. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not trying to like hurt anybody. I'm just saying what's true. Look, NXT Black and Gold. So there were like I really look at NXT Black and Gold in two different eras. There was the era that Dusty was helping book. That was like between like 2015 up until he died. Pretty much is like right around where he was booking. And then who took over was Shawn Michaels. And like it was never Triple H as the guy with all the ideas. It was people helping him out. It was Shawn Michaels. That's why Shawn Michaels immediately took over NXT, because he was the next guy up.
Ryan Ward was another one.
Ryan Ward was another one. Absolutely. Ryan Ward was another one. William Regal chimed in.
Well, you know what Triple H's grand ideas were?
Regal, I want you to go to that Evolve and Ring of Honor show and sign that little flippy indie work rate jobber called Johnny Gargano. Maybe Tommaso Ciampa too.
That's what you got. That
Good
was
idea.
that was his great creative genius right there.
Go sign a bunch of shitty indie wrestlers and I'll take all the credit.
That was his awesome idea.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like it's frustrating, man, because it's like we knew even back then it wasn't going to work. That you gotta have and these people, whatever you want to say about the in-ring product, the personality was not there. The characters were not there. They just weren't. They were skinny, fat wrestlers that had 20-minute matches, and they would tear the ring apart and powerbomb each other on. Like, that's all they did. That's all it was back then. It was massively overrated, massively overhyped, and Vince McMahon needed to change it. And thank God he did.
I mean, it was really night and day. Like, especially if you had been like with us throughout the whole NXT Sucks era. Like, it was really night and day when they went over to 2.0, because you saw more emphasis on star power, on characters. Mandy Rose got to have her legendary ring. They brought in Toxic Influence. They just had a lot of good things going on, a lot of good up-and-coming talents, too. We got to see the rise of JC Jane through 2.0. They even let go of a great talent that I wish they would resign, and Bea Priestley. What was her name there? Blair Davenport. Yeah. Another great, decent talent. Like, you saw a lot of good talents coming up through 2.0, and look at it. We got Tiffany Stratton from it. We got Braun Breaker. We got Trick Williams. We got Oba. We got a lot of good talents from 2.0. So, just saying.
Oh, no, totally, man. And it's frustrating. It really is. Man, God, the fact that, like, these people still have the influence that they do now. It's like, if we had the influence that they have, man, I'm telling you, like, the industry would be way better. There'd be much more of a focus on character and storylines than this match-mark garbage that we get that no one cares about other than the nichest of the niche of the wrestling fan base.
Well, I'm going to be real with you, man, because I see a lot of our ideas get sloppily implemented in these companies. And that's the big thing about it, is the execution. They'll take something like a good idea that we give out, and they just don't know how to execute it. And that's a lot of that's on their creative. I don't even put it on the wrestlers anymore. It's all on the creative and the people back there for not properly coaching these talents to go out there and entertain and get their job done. It's on them. Because that's the thing, too. All these young wrestlers coming up, you need mentors. You need somebody to look up to. You need somebody to show you the ropes, show you how to do your job. They got nobody back there nowadays. No. It's all a bunch of kiss-ass veterans, yes men, who are like, yeah, your 25-minute match was fucking amazing, Carmelo. That's why. Right. You got people like that aren't going anywhere. Carmelo Hayes will never go anywhere. You got all these dorks online that are like, they're benching him. They're benching the best fucking player they got.
Oh, God. Yeah, well,
what
the best
are you going to do with him?
Nothing. Like, you put him on the mic and he's a mute. Like, a mime could cut a better promo than Carmelo Hayes. Like, that's the problem with the guy, is that no one works on their verbal skills down there. Like, and that's the thing. It's like, you could literally cut this promo. Hey, listen, I'm gonna beat you at Heatwave, and there's nothing you could do about it. You could cut that promo, and idiots like Johnny Russo and Shawn Michaels like, oh, great promo. Oh, my God, better than The Rock. Oh, my God.
Well, then you got Johnny Russo coming out here, and what is he saying? He's like, you guys need to stop doing promos that sound like this. Well, how come most of the fucking main roster, how come Triple H's favorite boys all sound like that? Just saying.
Lowered expectations. Touch the barbed wire.
By the way, thank you for telling me that's on Tubi now. I've been watching my fair share of Mad TV. Great sketch comedy.
Yes. Okay. For people who don't know, I got two things just popped up on Tubi. Number one, popped up was Cable Guy. If you never seen it,
Cable Guy.
It is the best, in my opinion. It is Jim Carrey's funniest movie ever. He is hysterical. The comedy is over the top. Definitely watch the movie. If you want a good time watching a movie from the 90s, it gives you that 90s feel. Like,
they got Dumb and Dumber on there too, man.
They got Dumb and Dumber on there too. They got so much on there. But number two, they added NC and JC's favorite sketch comedy show, Mad TV. Why do we love it? It's like SNL, but it's edgy. And it's funnier.
Don't get me wrong. It got kind of wonky towards the end, but that's how a lot of sketch comedy shows go. Always, for most sketch comedy shows, whether it be Chappelle Show, Mad TV, whatever sketch comedy show it is, always go back to like the first 2 or 3 seasons. Those are usually gold.
Man, I'm telling you, like, I'm watching the fucking 3-minute meal one, and I'm just laughing my dick off. Just the physical comedy from Krista Flanagan. I'm telling you, man, like, definitely go and watch Mad TV. I tell you, you'll love it.
Living Color's another one. Yes, no, for sure. Like, early sketch comedy,
Kids in the Hall.
Kids in the Hall, exactly. The State, Whitest Kids You Know, they weren't afraid to stretch boundaries and really do crazy shit. Like, I don't know if you saw that episode of Whitest Kids You Know, where the main dude, Travis, he went out on stage and he started talking about 9/11 conspiracies. I'm like, yeah, that's probably why you're not on this earth right now, just saying.
Mean, like, yeah, even back then, it's like you gotta...
Well, dude, the Weinsteins gave him a spotlight, and here they are like, hey, we're going to use this to blow open the NWO. It's like, you know.
It's like, yeah, nah.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, now that's what I'm saying is early sketch comedy, especially in the 90s, was on fire, dude. They had some good shit into the 2000s. 90s into 2000s was amazing sketch comedy. And just all the Will Sasso characters. One of my favorite, of course, he played Stone Cold, but for me, Kenny Rogers. His Kenny Rogers is fucking legendary.
Oh, it is amazing. I'm Kenny Rogers. Welcome to Jackass.
It's fucking great, man.
Bro, Aries Spears. Oh, Reality Check. If you haven't seen Reality Check, oh my God, it is fucking hilarious. Oh man.
Yeah, that's what I love is just the creativity, man. And you just don't see that in modern sketch comedy. Well, let them check it out though. Let's talk about this amazing shitty wrestler that never amounted to anything. I think it's Renegade without face paint. Who the fuck is this dork?
Okay, so this is like some
crab camera. I think of a crab camera. What the fuck?
Crab camera.
Oh, it's Steve Mongo McMichael, and he's got Deborah McMichael with him. She's holding a puppy right next to her puppies, so very fitting.
It sucks what happened to Mongo McMichael. What happened to him?
Yeah, for real.
That sucks. You don't.
I'm sorry. I was just looking at Deborah's boobs. My bad.
Hey, no one could blame you. Nobody could blame you at all. But just just the comedians they had on Mad TV, man. Like Aries Spears is one of my dude. He's fucking amazing.
Oh yeah. Even who's the guy who plays Stewart?
Oh, Michael McDonald.
Michael McDonald was fantastic. I loved his tough guy character. That was our inspiration for CM Punk, really. The guy like,
let me find that.
You want to fight, Turkey? You want to fight, Turkey? You want to fight? And he's just like pounding on their kneecaps at the very end. You got your ass kicked. Good shit.
Like, yeah, totally fucked him up.
Good shit. He was a dick dancer. He wasn't a wrestler. He was a dick dancer.
A dick dancer.
Fucking hard.
Goodness.
Alex Borstein, yeah, that was her first role before Family Guy, and yeah, she blew us away. Very talented woman. Especially he looked like a man, you know. As the Korean lady, she ruled, dude. Phil Lamar got his start too on Mad TV and went on to become, in my opinion, one of the top fucking animated comedy vocalists of all time. You talk about voiceover dudes, he's at the primo. He went from sketch comedy, a role in Pulp Fiction, to the fucking very top of voice acting for animated comedies.
Oh, he did, man, and they just had so much talent on that show.
Right.
Like,
Mo Collins, that's another one.
Yes, she's a great one.
You remember her from 40-Year-Old Virgin as the fucking the lesbian? No, she's great, man. Nicole Sullivan, another great talent.
Stephanie Weir is a good one too.
Stephanie Weir is very good. Yeah, no, like we had so much shit. And this is what really frustrates me, man, because I was good to go. Dude, I even talked to my brother. I was like, you know what? We didn't get a chance to record because we went kind of long on Thursday. Let's go ahead and do a recording early today. I got the news all set Saturday night. I was ready to go and record Sunday morning early. And then I get a notice on my phone. And all of a sudden, everything just goes...
Right.
And then it comes back on, woo, like 20 minutes later, and then the internet goes off for the rest of the freaking day. And then the day after.
Do you feel comfortable telling them what happened, or...
I'll just say this much. I will say, though, these fires are a pain in the ass that we're dealing with because of all the dry weather. And it's causing a lot of blackouts and brownouts, man. It's causing a lot of bullshit. And it got to the point where, it affected my internet, it affected my power. So I'm good to say both are back on. They got restored fairly quickly. But yeah, that's why these fires, they're not a joke at all, man. If you live in a dry area, it's something you unfortunately got to deal with, man. And honestly feel like it's only getting worse as the years go by. This feels like definite harp shit. I'm just saying.
Man, it could be. It very well could be. It's a disaster. It really is what they're doing. But you know what else is a disaster?
Sure.
Look at this.
And here's the thing too, is I don't think that she's terrible looking as she's gotten older, because like this is like she does look very manly as she's gotten older.
She looks like me in a wig, yeah.
But honestly, let's be real. Like she didn't start looking like that until she got with Triple H.
Good point.
Now, I don't know if she was sharing his HGH allegedly or what. But you notice that about her, like when she started competing in the ring, she started getting like that Triple H build, you know, and she started, yeah, a little bit more gruff to her voice. She went, yeah, more, yeah, you know, like, yeah, you know. She started sounding like Vince McTitties, yeah, look at my big titties, look at you see my daddy stare at my titties, yeah, that's not creepy at all, not creepy at all, yeah.
God. It's just, oh my God, because she's like, she used to look like cute. She used to look that pretty.
Yes.
Now she looks like Vince McMahon.
I mean, for Triple H,
the picture doesn't lie.
If Triple H, if he actually gets a chance to get in there and do something, that's good for him. Because look at him, he's like fucking skinny fat Dr. Robotnik with the big nose. So that's like primo for him. I will say that much.
It's the best he could do is Vince McMahon in a wig.
You know who she looked like? Put that picture back up real quick.
Yeah, no worries.
You know who she looked just like? Right, that picture on the left is she looks like Bill Gates' former wife with big tits.
Yeah, kinda.
Just saying.
Like if she got like a face transplant with like Vince McMahon, you know,
with the Mike Dick, she's getting that Mike Ditka face. You know, she's I'm sorry.
God, to go from being that cute to looking like Vince, like no,
Yeah.
you got it. You got to stop that. Like halt, stop, don't look like Vince.
Well, and I'll give her all the credit in the world. Like I will say, her daughters, like a lot of them look like her when she was young. So
Yeah.
I like even like her daughter that performed at this past show. Like
Sure.
not terrible looking, still very young. I don't look at her at all like that. But I'm saying as far as her looks go, she didn't fare too bad on you know, the gene
She's
pool,
cute.
you know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like
She's cute.
I don't think that his daughters are ugly. I'm just saying.
No.
I think that they'll be okay. My whole thing is I don't want any of them in the ring because that's going to be nepotism 101. I want them, if they want to do behind the scenes shit, sure, whatever, I don't care. But do not go in the fucking ring. That is like, you're pretty much like being just like your dad at that point. Don't do that.
And they'll use like the fucking pedigree and shit like that.
That's what I'm saying. You can already see them using the pedigree and using the same shit that the same catchphrases that their mom and dad uses. It's like, come on, man. You already know where it's gonna go.
Yeah, and that's the problem that I have with it is just the nepotism. Like if they're genuinely talented and belong, then okay, then great. But from what I've seen, have I seen anything that warrants them being on TV? No, I have not. They got to earn that. Like you can't just like one up everybody in NXT that are putting in a lot of work that are talented just because you're the boss's daughter. Nah, you got to put the talent in. Yeah, but like as far as like Von Evelyn and her performance, look, if I'm being fair, it was good for where she is now, but if she wants to get to the next level, go take opera singing classes. Like really learn how to project your voice, really learn how to control that pitch, and I think she'll be good to go.
I think the biggest thing for her is just how young she is and that she was in front of so many people. That's the thing for me is like if she's only 15 and she's performing in front of that many people, I mean, you do have a fair point where she should be more seasoned if she's going to be getting in front of a crowd like that. She should maybe be doing touring or something, building up a solo album, doing something, you know. Yeah. But that's what happens when you take somebody who's a rich kid and you throw them out there and just hope for the best and maybe give them like a couple 5 years of private training lessons. Like you're gonna get this. That's what you're gonna get, man. At the end of the day, don't get me wrong. It is very nepo. I see from both sides though. I can see you have a great point, but at the end of the day, she still is a kid and it's a big crowd. So just leave. Yeah.
Well, but like I'm coming at this from a musician where it's like if you want to like help her, like she's good where she is now, but to get her to the next level, to that pro level, she's got to. Like I would recommend go take opera classes. What it's really gonna because she's got to work on just projecting her voice and having more control over you know the pitch. If she could do that, man, she's gonna be good. She's gonna be very good. I mean, because she's good now, but she could be a lot better. And I think of course she's gonna be nervous performing in front of that crowd. That's probably what caused her to clam up. You could tell that she was nervous.
Quivering,
and I get that.
The voice, yeah.
But you don't like you said. But like what you said, you don't put her in front of that many people this early. You start with like a backlash and then you work from there, you know?
Right. Well, and I think it was more so just maybe Triple H trying to cut back on the budget. And he's like, I can have my daughter come in for free and sing, you know, save money. And they're like, we don't watch this shit. Whatever. Fuck it. Just go do it. As long as she doesn't suck. And I don't think she sucked.
Go ahead. Just, I don't care if as long as it saves us money, cool.
That's the thing. I don't think she sucked. And she was okay.
No, she didn't suck.
She could have been better. But
she did botch a little bit towards the end where it's like it's right towards the end of God Bless America. She did make that botch, but you know what? Like she's young, she's nervous. I get it.
I think overall it was okay. You know,
Yeah.
it's not anything to be ashamed about. So, that's my whole thing is going forward. If Triple H is going to be with the company for a long time, I don't want to see his daughters come in and be on TV. Now, could they be like a Stephanie McMahon where they get to be a really good on-air character after enough time in development? Probably not. I'm going to be real. Because let's be real, the reason why Stephanie was as good as she is because she had the genetic jackhammer's blood. Let's be real. Look at Stephanie. Look at Shane. Charismatic as fuck. Like, it definitely took after their dad. I mean, it looks like they probably took after the mom's looks, and then with their dad's dimple chin, they definitely got the butt chin from their dad. Can't escape that. But then they got their dad's charisma and his hunger. You know, so just saying, I think it's something that worked out for them. I don't think it's going to work out for Triple H and Stephanie. Just saying.
No, and like and the thing too is like there was something there creatively for Vince and Stephanie and Shane.
Right.
What is there for Von Evelyn and Triple H? Like there's nothing there. Other than Boss's daughter, but like
right. Well, and that's the thing is like if they could tap into a solid heel character and do it and work it as like kind of like the Helmsley family or some shit, maybe. But I don't see them doing that. I see them just coming, if anything, coming onto TV, being forced into some shitty role like GM, and them like bombing in fucking roles back to back, bombing on the mic, and people just being like, whatever. It's okay. What, you're afraid to have a woman as a GM, you fucking misogynistic asshole? You'll see stupid shit like you already know how fucking retarded these fans are gonna get, man, with anything.
Well, it's like if she's willing to be a heel, I think like when she's like 20, I think it could work. If she's willing to get booed, then she could be the boss's daughter, arrogant little brat heel that gets her comeuppance. Like that could work. But will they do it? No,
they won't. Well, because the reason why they won't do it is because Triple H is obsessed with no longer being the bad guy. He doesn't want to be the bad guy. He wants to be the most liked booker, not only backstage, but on the internet as well. And he wants the same for his family, too. That's why, like, even if he is technically split up with Stephanie McMahon, they're going to keep it together just for business sake. They learned from, I think, Vince and Linda. Just saying.
I mean, I get it. Especially with him being a public figure, I get it. It's like maybe like keeping the marriage together for the sake of, you know, the image of the sake of the company, the sake of the kid. Like, I get it. But if they're genuinely broken up, then, you know, that's what it is.
I mean, we'll have to get more on that because it was from, what was it? Happy Crave? What was the name of the X account? Something Crave. Anyways, there you go. Hoops Crave. And Hoops Crave is known for doing fake news. Right. They have news from time to time, but they're known for doing their fake news, which sucks too because there's so many X accounts out there. Wrestling Centel, Wrestle Oops, that if you're not quick enough, if you're not paying attention, you'll go ahead and snapshot and be like, oh shit, what is this? Or you'll reply to it and you'll be like, oh, this is fake. That really drives me nuts that people think this shit is funny, putting that shit out there. Whenever I see like these fake news shit being put out and people believe it, I roll my eyes, dude. Not I can believe the Triple H and Stephanie one, but like all these other ones coming out, I just roll my fucking eyes. I'm like, really? You expect people to buy this fucking shit? And then you're going to fool people too? Like, even the CM Punk fake tweets, that was fucking retarded. That Zashi motherfucker, that... I can't stand it when people... Zabi, whatever. Stop fucking doing that shit. It's not funny. You just piss people off, and you make more enemies. What's the fucking point?
Right. Like, it's... And that's the thing, man. It's like, it's just... Like, I get it because it gets them a lot of, like, engagement, and you know what it is because I think it's a monetized account on Twitter. Let me verify that.
Most of these are, yeah,
monetized, yeah. So, in other words, that tweet has over 1 million views. So, that's probably why they're doing this. Is that it's because like the more engagement you get on it, the more money you make from them. So, like, I get why they're doing it, but it is pretty fucked up to be doing that.
Dude, I love it how in the comments I read that one, and one of the comments was, "Did you make enough to afford a hot pocket, little buddy?" And that's what people don't know is monetization is dropping everywhere on all these platforms. Instagram don't even pay you anymore. No. X is dropping their monetization dramatically. YouTube still pays the best, I will say, for monetization. But a lot of these formats, whether it be Twitch, Facebook, really anything with social media, they're cutting back pay. Like it really makes no sense in my opinion to have a blue check mark anymore unless you have a business or unless you really want to like use it for streaming or some other like Grok or whatever. If you're using the side tools, I get having the blue check mark, because don't get me wrong, if you've ever been behind the scenes with X, they got a lot of cool little tools that you can use, especially if you're a content creator. Got a lot of cool little tools you can use that are worth paying that 10 to 11. For me though, I just got to the point where I'm like, it wasn't worth it for me. If you like it and it works for you, cool. But I think that financially wise, you can't make money with the blue check mark anymore, so why bother? It's going to boost your reach a little bit, but overall it kind of is a smokescreen. I think it's a smokescreen that people pay for. That's what's sad, is that Elon's got more people paying for his fucking subscription for his app than he's paying out other people. This guy's a former trillionaire.
Right. Yeah. Well, I get why he's doing it. And the other thing, I would say, is that it doesn't, just because you sign up for it doesn't guarantee you success. And I think a lot of people have that misconception of well, if I sign up for this, I'm guaranteed to be making money. No, you're not. It's just because you're monetized on YouTube does not mean that you're going to be making money.
Right. Well, and that's the thing too, is you see all these motherfuckers online say, I went into Claude Fable and I created my own AI channel and it's getting $10,000 every single month. And I'm like, that would be a great idea 3 years ago, not in the current climate where they're shutting down AI and faceless channels like nobody's business. Yeah. Well, I think those days of making that money there was a slim window when you could, and it's gone.
It's a slim window while you could, and really what this is going to do, in my opinion, is drive people to other platforms like Rumble. I'm noticing a lot more content, because with Rumble, what it used to be just political talk, conspiracy theories, like alternative things like that. Now I'm seeing a lot more cooking shows, ASMR, gaming, how-to videos. I'm definitely seeing Rumble diversify, and that's exactly what they need to do, in my opinion.
Yeah, and especially if we're bringing our wrestling shit over there. I mean, we already kind of fit in with the conspiracy stuff, but yeah, if we could get some wrestling fans, some old school wrestling fans, coming over, be awesome. I'm only gay kind of weeb. Hole said Joey Janela's dumb mom be making him hot pockets. I would bet you that fucking baby dick cokehead still lives with his mom in the basement, and he has fucking Megan Bain bring him DoorDash and shit. It's frustrating.
And she pays.
It's frustrating that Megan feels like she's got to be with this baby dick motherfucker. It frustrates me seeing a woman that beautiful, because that Joey ain't satisfying her at all.
No.
For whatever reason, I'll show it on the news this Sunday. She even says that most days he looks like a meth head. So not only does she think he looks ugly, he's obviously got a tiny wiener. He has no fucking muscle whatsoever. He fucking eats Hot Pockets in his mom's basement. Oh, besides Joey Janela's fucking spring break and a fucking job at GCW, what the fuck does he have? She's got a job in AEW. She probably makes more than him. Why the fuck is she with him? Is she a coke addict? What the fuck is the deal? I don't a woman that beautiful, a woman that big, because she's a big woman. She's probably got a decent sized vagina. Fucking no little 4-inch dick ain't enough to fucking fill that void. I'm just saying. She's just oh yeah. Are you done yet? Okay. I'm gonna go take a shower. That's how it goes.
Right. Well, and that's the thing, is she's got options. She's got options. She could be dating anybody that she wanted to on that AEW roster, but she chooses to date this guy who looks like a microwave burrito turd, who can't cut a promo. That's the thing about this guy, is he sucks as a wrestler on the mic in the ring. She
fucks him in the ass. Okay, that's what it is. She's a peg bitch. That's what it is. Like most of these male wrestlers. Okay, well, what is up with all these fucking male wrestlers getting with chicks who fuck them in the ass, dude? It's fucking weird. The hell?
I mean, you look at the wrestlers now,
Weird. It's still gay. It's still gay if you're getting fucked with a strap on, bro. Just saying.
Right. Right. Just because, come on, I
weird.
Hate it.
I hate it, dude.
It is weird, but you know what? It may be weird, and we got to give this guy a chance, because I did watch his match, his second ever match. Credit to this guy. Credit to both these guys, actually.
Well, here's the thing. I'm not sure if people noticed. You know how we were saying that AJ should take his son over to AEW? He's already doing shit backstage with NXT. He did a photo op with fucking Lexus King and a couple other fucking NXT people. So I think he's already backstage at NXT, and they're going to debut him soon.
I mean, what I'll say is this. I mean, I was impressed by his match. I would like this got like clean. It's somebody one of the commentators was saying it's like watching AJ Styles from 19 years ago. Yeah, okay.
I mean, sure, he's probably got a long way to go on the microphone, but
Sure.
in the ring, especially against a guy like Marcus Mathers, I think Marcus Mathers really helped complement his style because he's got that flippy work rate style too. But that's the thing, is like you look at both these guys and they don't look as weak looking as like Speedball Mike Bailey or fucking Daniel Garcia. Like at least they take the time to put on some muscle. They're young, so they still got a high ceiling. I think, as far as up and coming talents go, let's see what these guys got,
Yeah.
Let's at least give them a shot on NXT. Fuck this Evolve bullshit. Bring them up to NXT. Let's see what they got.
Well, absolutely. I like these two guys, like Marcus I'm not talking about Natalia. I'm talking Marcus Mathers and Avery
Those three guys.
Those three guys. But like Avery Styles and Marcus Mathers, I think they're good enough to be in NXT. I do. I think they're good enough to be in TNA. I think they're good enough to be in JCW. Any company that you can name, AEW, sure, but like you can't trust the booking over there. But I could see them being used in NXT, and I could see Sean really, because of just how little top male talent they got over there, building these two guys up, and they need them. They need as much talent as they can get. So you know what? I think these two guys going to NXT is a good idea.
Well, this is what I love about, you can already tell with Avery, young. He's like 18 years old. And look at this. You could tell he hits the gym with his dad. Mm-hmm. He's already got a six-pack. He's got a chest. He's working on his arms, dude. This is great for a guy this fucking young, man. He's cleaning the ring. He looks like a star. Works on his tan. Let's see him get better on the microphone, because that's never been AJ's strong suit. It took him a while to get good on the mic. But he's already got most of the tools needed to become one of the top indie fucking work rate champions. I think he's good enough to be brought into NXT or AEW right now. Just saying.
Honestly, I'm going to say this right now.
Sure.
I think he's better than most people in NXT and AEW right now.
Fair point. Ring. If you watch his match, that's one thing. I know GCW was an unforgivable shithole to a lot of our fans, and I get it. It's such indie clown shit. But if you get a chance, watch the Marcus Mathers match with AJ's son. And that's the thing. Let's talk about, since we brought this up, I'm glad you brought this up. Let's talk about a little bit of controversy. I'm not sure if you saw it. So apparently, this fat fuck that CM Punk called out not too long ago, named Eric Cannon, gave Avery shit for not helping break down the ring at GCW.
Oh, God.
And then Cody Rhodes, well, first off, who got into it with him? It was AJ. AJ stood up for his boy, and it's like,
good.
He's there to wrestle. He's not there to set up the ring. And Eric's like, there's no excuse. Cody Rhodes did it when he was starting out. So Cody chimed in, and Cody was saying something along the lines of, he's AJ Styles' son. He's a one-in-a-lifetime talent. He doesn't have to do all the pay your dues bullshit. And Eric Cannon's still going on about this. He doesn't care. People fucking hate his ass now, even though Punk called him out for whatever fucking reason. But like, no, it's I want to fight Eric Cannon. Where you at? Why are you calling out this fat fucking bum? It pisses me off that gave him enough pump in his chest to like, my opinion is worth something. Now I can talk shit about Avery Styles. Nobody's on your boat, bro. Besides fucking CM Punk, and even then he's probably like, I shouldn't have mentioned his fucking name, damn it. That's what it is right now, is Eric Cannon is making a fucking big ass clown out of himself. Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles both buried his ass over that shit.
Good.
It's not about paying your dues anymore, bro. When the business is so fucking dead, fuck paying your dues. Fuck, he was here forever. He was a fucking good little hand. He dealt with all my fucking stupid jobs. He dealt with all the bullshit. He dealt with a few missing paydays. Fuck that shit. Does the person nowadays do anything for your company?
Right.
Probably not.
And I want to tie into that because, like, in my opinion, with Avery, number one, he gave you two things. He gave GCW two things. Number one, he gave intrigue. To a lot of wrestling fans out there, how many of them are genuinely intrigued about AJ Styles' son and how good he could be? Me. Like me too. Like how good can he be? Okay, so that can get me interested to like maybe go buy a ticket to go see that GCW show if I'm in the area. Okay, so there's that. But then the other thing too, he gave you a great match. He gave you something that a lot of fans were speaking positively about. Like he gave you he gave you so much. Why does he also have to break down the ring and do all that crap? He brought a lot to GCW, and this stupid fucking boiled egg with the beard thought he was like, oh, I'm Eric Cannon, I run GCW, I'm hot shit. No, motherfucker, you're half right. You're half of that, because in reality, you don't get what makes wrestling important, what causes people to want to spend their money to wrestling. And that's what people need to be looking at this from the standpoint of.
Yeah.
Money. Don't look at it from the standpoint of like your mark bullshit or having to pay dues. Are they making you money? If they're, in my opinion, if they're making you money and they're bringing eyeballs to your product, they don't have to break down the ring.
Are you going to give that same speech to Scott Steiner's son when he gets cut from football and comes over to wrestling? No, you're not. Because you're afraid of Scott Steiner, you fat fucking bitch. And I would hope that Brett Lauderdale backstage fucking grilled him and said, dude, don't go into business for fucking GCW and do this shit and make us look bad, you fat fuck. I would really hope he fucking did that.
What? I'm just trying to just respect the business. Jim Cornette said you gotta respect the business. And that's why they're gonna break down the ring.
No. You break down the ring if you're trying to if you're an up and comer and you're trying to pay your dues. Well, and again, there's something wrong with breaking down the ring and being and setting it up and doing all that. There's something wrong with paying your dues in that regard. But for somebody like Avery Styles, who's clearly, great in the ring, and in my opinion, and he's the son of AJ, and he's bringing that intrigue to the show, I don't think he should have to. Now, if he wants to, okay, give him the option to decline it, but. Don't get all fucking pissy pants pissed off and how dare he not want to tear down the ring? How about this, you fucking boiled egg? Ask him. Avery, I understand that you're AJ's son. Would you mind? It's a part of wrestling tradition. You help break down the ring when you're done, and then you go off what Avery has to say.
Dude, this garbage gnome would not shut up about it. You know what he posted after somebody fucking put him in his place? He posted a picture of Jimmy Hart putting away the chairs at a show.
Oh, for God's sakes.
He's putting away the chairs, motherfucker, and he probably is helping out just so, he can just help out the company. That's if he wants to. He doesn't have to. That's how all these volunteer positions, breaking down the ring, taking down chairs, cleaning up trash, all this other shit. You volunteered to do that, man, to help out the company. You're not obligated to fucking do it. And that's my biggest thing. Anybody coming up, especially if you're AJ Styles' son, I don't want to hear, I know we were just talking about Cody and nepotism. All we're talking about is giving this kid a shot. He's ready to go. Cody Rhodes fucking sucks. This kid has potential. Give him a shot.
He does, man. He really does. But and at the very just ask him. Say, hey, Avery, would it be okay? Or it's wrestling tradition. You help break down the ring. If Avery turns it down, well, then okay. But to make this big spectacle over this, I mean, my God, how can grown adults be this childish?
Well, that's the thing, too, is he couldn't even pull this guy aside. He's probably afraid that AJ Styles would give him a tongue lashing and make him look bad backstage. Mm-hmm. So he grew some balls, probably had a little bit of liquid courage, got on X, and made a fool out of himself.
This is who's running pro wrestling companies. For everybody out there who thinks I think these guys these people running these companies just know how to book better than the fan. No. The Eric Cannon is a perfect example of who's running a lot of these companies.
Yeah, straight up, man. And it's sad seeing that this is what's taken over pro wrestling, and that people that try to give common sense. I got a quote for you too from Jacob Fatu that pretty much sums up how I think a lot of wrestlers feel about podcasters. Man, you ain't no expert. You acting like you're an expert of our shit, man. You come in our ring trying to do that shit. You run the ropes. You be crying, dog. You been fucking crying. Don't talk about me like you fucking know me, bitch.
Right.
I've trained before. MMA training. I know your fucking ass couldn't do it, you fat fuck.
Right.
Don't fucking act like all these podcasters are a bunch of fucking nerds that don't know how to fucking fight. Come on, man.
Well, absolutely. And the other thing, too, about it is what he needs to understand, he's probably not smart enough to understand, but what he needs to understand is that, look, you are nothing without the fans. If people aren't paying to see you, you're performing in front of an empty crowd and you are nothing. WWE is nothing. WWE goes out of business if it's not for the fans. So you better start treating the fans with a bit more fucking respect. And you know what? Look at what happened with the ticket sales. I think this ties in also with the lack of star power, but I think look at Triple H. Ever since he's been shitting on the fans, what have you been seeing with ticket sales? They're having more and more of a hard time.
And that's what it really comes down to, too, is they're shitting on the people who give them money, which is the
Right.
stupidest thing that you could fucking do in the world. And they do this all the fucking time. And they're having more of the wrestlers come out and tell the fans to shut the fuck up. What are they even doing at live shows? This is something they never did back in the day. And this is why I don't want to go to any more WWE live shows. People that pay for front row, they can't talk shit to the wrestlers anymore.
Nope.
What happens? They got fucking Liv Morgan and Roxanne going up to him and saying, "You said
Rhea.
something very mean," and Rhea, "You said something very mean to us. How dare you? Apologize right now. You never apologized back in the day. You talk shit to them, and what would the wrestlers do? They were told by Vince to keep your head down and do your job, and they did it. They were all soldiers, dude. We would say fucked up shit to them, and they would take it. They had thick skin. Now probably they became alcoholics or fucking pill addicts or whatever, to cope. Who knows? But at the same time, they took it. These wrestlers nowadays are such thin-skinned little fucking crybabies, man. And it really pisses me off that this is what we have to deal with. Because back in the day, dude, I saw people dump full fucking sodas on Mankind's head coming out. I saw wrestlers get spit at, get called cigarettes. I saw them just like messed up chants.
Oh yeah.
Wrestlers like little kids shoving the wrestlers when they came out. You had to take it, man. You couldn't be like Fallon Henley saying, "How dare an 8-year-old shove me? This is not right." They didn't say shit back in the day. They just took it.
And this is the problem with NXT. This is the problem, like, honestly, like, why talent should work the indies. I'm going to say it like, here's, because when you work the indies, you work a lot of different environments, you work a lot of different crowds. These indie shows are not going to be policing the crowds like WWE, and so you learn how to toughen up and deal with the criticism of the crowds. When you're just in the NXT developmental system, you don't learn how to toughen up. Yeah. Look at Fallon Henry, look at Laney Reed, look at all of them. They're coddled from day one in the fucking in the NXT system, and they're taught that, like it's because in NXT, I would imagine from everything that I've seen and heard, it looks like a big lovey-dovey fest, and like you could cut the worst promo and it's the best promo ever. And I'm sorry, but that's not how you become good at anything. No. Like if you suck at guitar and somebody says, "Oh, you're fucking great. Yeah, you're awesome. You don't need to improve at all." You're not going to improve. You've got, like, it's okay to be told you suck if you're given like an action plan of like, this is what I have to do to get better.
Well, you go ahead and you watch the movie Michael. It's on Stars right now. So I went ahead and I checked it out the other night, and that's how Michael Jackson became so good, is through, I hate to say it, the trauma that Joe Jackson put him through a very early age. It warped his mind, and he had a coach, man. He knew how to motivate Michael, and that's why Michael became as hungry as he did and became, in my opinion, one of the best pop stars of all time.
Well, ask me, like, I got a question. So,
sure.
Name a bad wrestler. Name any bad wrestler that was trained in the Heart Dungeon.
T.J. Wilson.
But even then, like, I wouldn't say he's
okay. He's okay. In the ring, he was okay, and he kind of tried with Cesaro. I saw something there with, like, they had some sort of chemistry. But T.J. Wilson, I would have to say, is probably the poorest to come out of the Heart Dungeon. Because, like, even Natalya, Lance Storm, they're bad, but at least they had something more than what he has. Just my opinion.
Well, I mean, like, because my point is like, when you go through the Heart, like, because I don't hear Natalya complaining. I don't hear T.J. Wilson complaining. I don't really hear people from the Heart Dungeon that were trained tough.
I get your point.
Really complaining all that much about the fan. Like, and that's the thing is, I think for anything like pro wrestling, you got to be trained tough. And honestly, look at them. Like, how often does Natalya go out with injuries?
Yeah, Natalya's a tough girl. That's with Canadians too. Before Trudeau, Canada used to whip out some of the toughest dudes and chicks that you'd ever see worldwide. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Canada, and look at Edge Christian too. A lot of good older Canadian talent. Jericho as well. Yeah. So, what was it? MM Garza said only people for Becky Lynch over Stephanie are her stans, and it's weird. I just don't want to piss anybody off, but why are you hanging on to an old wrestler so fucking much?
Right.
Put over these new wrestlers. Becky Lynch, I'm sorry. Becky Lynch is not going to do anything more for the business. Bayley's not going to do anything more for the business. Charlotte's not going to do anything more for the business. Alexa Bliss, I like her, but even then, she's not going to do anything more for the business. It might help her, like, teaming her up with Tatum to kind of bring up Tatum's level. But other than that, she's had her fair share of concussions. She's not going to get anything done. Becky had her best run as the man. She's not going to get anything done now. Bayley's on her way out. Her no compete clause ends in January of next year, so she won't be showing up at All In, but she will be showing up next year for AEW. So that's there.
Well, see, that's a question that I got for you right there. Is like,
sure.
what do you do with Liv in the title? Because hypothetically, say Becky and Steph do their own thing, they do a feud.
Sure. Right.
Who do you bring in, or who do you put with Liv and for an exciting feud? Like, if you're gonna have Liv lose the title to anybody,
well, let me ask you this: do you want Liv as do you want her to keep on playing the heel and you bring in a babyface, or do you want her to go to babyface and bring in a heel? What would you prefer to do?
well, I think logically it would make sense that you bring in the babyface to work
Sure.
with Liv as a heel.
Sure.
But you could bring anybody in to do that. Like, that's the thing. Who do you bring in?
I think honestly, I think it might be worth it to maybe see if Liv can play the babyface and bring in Blake Monroe. I think that she would be a good one that you could switch over brands and you could have a fresh new feud and you could elevate Blake Monroe. That would be one. I would have said Chelsea if she didn't already win the title and injury prone. That would have been another answer. I'm just trying to think of SmackDown talents. Another one who might benefit from it. She's not like the best on the mic, but it would add in at least a fresh face if she switched over to be Jade Cargill. I'm just trying to think of some SmackDown faces they could rotate over to give her some new challenges. What do you think?
They don't necessarily have to be from SmackDown. They could be from NXT. They could honestly be from any company, really.
I just don't know if anybody in NXT is ready yet. That's my whole thing. Yeah,
they're
and
not.
That's why I'm looking at SmackDown right now. If they're willing to put the rocket on her in a babyface versus heel role, have Lash Legend be the babyface, have Liv be the heel. I think like Lash, they need to put the ball on her, man. Yeah. I'm not saying give her the title, but give her a good solid run up against Liv, and you can make a star. I'm just saying a good 3-month program against Liv, you can make a star, and you would get another top face on Raw.
Like, because to me, I agree. I feel like there needs to be somebody else, and I think Lash Legend in time, but I really like Blake Monroe. I think Blake Monroe is probably the most ready, because she held the title in AEW, is used to it. So I think that she's probably the most ready. I think it would be, you'd have decent promos. I wouldn't mind that. So like I'm cool. Like, that is something that WWE could do like tomorrow. They could immediately like start booking that, get that ready to go. So I like that. But let's make it harder. Sure. Who do you bring up from NXT or bring into the company that could take that title and bring a lot of intrigue?
It would have to be somebody of a high pedigree that WWE would not have to worry about the backlash. And that would be very hard with the current ties that she has.
And that rolls out Tessa Blanchard, yeah.
That would be if she's willing to come back to the ring. She's nowhere near. Don't get me wrong, she's nowhere near. But give her another year off, playing mama and whatnot. I love to see if Mandy can do some damage. I loved it. Mandy has said that she's not going to come back to the ring, but that's one that I would love to see some damage. And just recently, I'm not sure if you heard, but Lacey Evans came back to the Indies. Let's see if she can earn her way back into WWE. That would be another fun feud right there for Liv. At least great on the mic. Sure, in ring it'll be whatever, but see, I think on the mic they could have fun.
I don't think that Lacey is built up enough to really do. I think like maybe you put Lacey on SmackDown.
Sure.
And work her in the mid card. For me, I do. If Mandy's good to go, if she's able to go, I think you go there. I think Mandy and Liv would be phenomenal. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, that would be a good one. And that's the thing too. It's like with TNA and the women that they have, they're the type that you could bring them over to NXT or SmackDown, and you could have a new credible threat. But I think for the main brand for Raw, you got to have somebody that's established, has already been at the top, and is still in good shape. And that's why I go for that. I know like immediately like you would go for like the veterans too, and that's good for a one-off, but you need somebody who could still go. And if we can't get Tessa, I go with Mandy.
Oh, Mandy, absolutely. I would love to bring Mandy back in there. And I think it'd be great. I think it'd get a lot of people talking. Yeah. I think people would care. I would love to see a Liv and Mandy feud. That'd be great.
That'd be good.
Sure, I would love to see a Liv and Tessa feud too, but that's not likely to happen. So,
Yeah, well, that's the thing with Liv and Tessa is that that these women, they don't mind beating the shit out of each other. No. Like, that's the one thing about Liv. She for her small size, she's way scrappier than Alexa Bliss.
And that's the thing that people don't give Liv a lot of credit for, is that Liv can take a beating. I mean, Liv is tough as nails.
She's Jersey tough, man.
Yeah.
For sure. So I'm only kind of Gabe Weephole said, I moved to Japan in my mid-20s. I may be only 150 pounds, but if Joey Janela ever comes here, I can outsmoke his mom, girlfriend, then pay his grocery bill and pack some Pokemon cards and Hot Pockets. Well, that's the thing, too, is you carry yourself with confidence and you know what you got. And that's
right.
It doesn't matter how big you are, how small you are, man. If you know what you got and you're confident, women see that. That's how it is. Women can pick up on that shit right away as soon as you enter a room. So, you know what's up, man. I'll give you credit, Weeb.
It's true, man. I mean, it's like women got like the sixth sense for that. It's like they can just pick it up immediately.
They can even tell you when you've been jerking off.
Right.
It's crazy, man.
They got the jerk off radar.
That's crazy.
The jerk off dar.
No, but that's the thing too. It's like Joey Janela.
He's been jerking off.
Hey, if it's because he's a dude who will get fucked in the butt, I'd be like, dude, go over to fucking Dolph Ziggler. You'd have a better experience there, just saying.
Go over to TNA, yeah!
Megan Bain is going to be a star. That's the one thing that I
yeah.
can say for her. She is going to be, like, that's the type of, if they're going to sign over people from AEW to compete with Liv Morgan, and that's the thing, too. I'm saying they could get Toni Storm. They could get Megan Bain.
Tekla.
They could get Tekla. Willow, even Mercedes, if she's, I don't think she's down for another run, but she would still, you could put her right in there with Liv and it'd be a big money feud, just saying.
There is one, no, and I agree, but there is one chick in NXT right now. I did see her main event performance against Ivy Nile. Lizzie Rain has it. Lizzie Rain has charisma out the ass, personality, promo, all of that. She is awesome in that regard. She's got star written all over her, and if you got like a Lizzie Rain Liv feud in the future, I'm totally cool with it. I think Lizzie Rain needs to be elevated big time.
What do you think about like when Rhea comes back from her injury, ditching the whole fucking goth mommy heel fucking gimmick and going for like almost like a babyface Riot Squad type of feel, bringing Lizzie Rain, bringing another like tattoo chick? What do you think about that?
Interesting. I think it's different. It's definitely a different thing. You could totally like shock everybody. Like have like what would be the opposite of like what Rhea's got now, like gimmick wise?
Her being happy, because that's the whole thing. Like, don't get me wrong, she comes out smiling and shit. But I don't want to see a happy goth. I want to see a fucking a happy ska girl with tattoos or a punk rock girl. You know.
Well, and okay, so you pair her with Tiffany. You give her the Tiffany look.
You know what? I mean, that could be another culture shock too. Is if like and then you could have like NXT segments like where she does makeovers for her. She's like, ew, look at this goth crap. Ew, this has to go.
Yes.
And then she like snaps her fingers, and then like Rhea Ripley's face is all dolled up. She's got like a blonde wig on. Her tits are popping up to her neck. You know.
Yes.
Just saying.
Oh, see, yeah, that would be like it get people interested. Be like, what's going on? What? And I get like the backlash, be like, you're getting rid of the one thing that draws. Let's be real about Rhea. The thing that really drawed to the fans are her boobs and butt. Let's be real. That's what drawed.
Well, that's the thing, is that what's drawing right now to these fans is what's wrong with wrestling. If you like buff women, whatever, you know, that's your thing. But we have too many people right now who are way too powerful and influential in pro wrestling that have a bodybuilder woman fetish, that have a big woman fetish, that probably want to get pegged in the butt by her. I'm just saying, probably a lot of people, probably some of them have, who knows? But there's so many people out there that look at Rhea as like, I want a muscle mommy. And we're like, no, you need to be feminine. And she'll listen probably to those fuckers over us any day of the week, which is sad. It's the wrong type of thing. We need more femininity in wrestling. Less muscle mommies.
Yeah, it's too much now. Like every chick is a muscle chick, and they think that this is what's going to get them. No, that's not what's going to get you over. What's going to get you, honestly, what's going to get you over is being great on the mic, having a personality. It's true for the men. It's true for the women.
What do you think about instead, if it's not Tiffany, how about Blake Monroe doing that role? Because she's got that
the glamour. That's her gimmick. Glamour. Yeah.
I think that and especially, you know, with them both having the accents, I think they could roll together pretty well. Well, and it would be interesting too, because I don't know if you definitely seen it, but I don't know if the fans have seen it. But back in the day when Toni Storm did her impersonation of Blake Monroe when she was live at ringside, it was one of the best things I've ever seen in AEW. It was spot on. And one of the best impersonations I've ever seen of any wrestler. the finger biting and how she would like suck on the finger too, just to amplify it. Just the signatures. She got her down to a T, dude. It was amazing.
Well, I'm gonna show some pictures of it. I'm gonna show
Sure.
to people. Show to people. All right.
And look, it's just crazy how much she looks like Blake
I
too,
know.
in the face and with the hair and everything.
Well, not in the hips and ass, but you know,
No. Definitely
Yeah.
got more hips and butt. Bailey, rumor is she's leaving. Well, so what's going on with that is a lot of people think she's going to show up at All In, but from what I've heard is she's got a no compete clause till January. So even if she is done in August, she's going to be out of work for until that period. So the soonest she can show up is next year for AEW.
right. So sorry, say that again.
The soonest that she can show up is next year for AEW, January 2027.
See, I'm gonna say it right now. I think she resigned.
It could be. I mean, but I look at how they were writing her off, how they were trying to do Lyra doing her own solo shit. It's a possibility she could leave. I'm just saying there's a lot of money on the table.
Sure.
Just saying.
I see it. But we're speaking of money.
Sure.
Money.
Yes.
Money.
Look at this. Look at this. That's Tony on the fucking left. That's crazy.
It's crazy. I mean,
Even
you know,
the same size
Mariah May
tits.
doesn't have Mariah May.
Similar.
Yeah.
I mean, just the build. If you look at them from the front, they look like twins. If
When you look at it from the back, it's like, ooh, okay.
yeah, one definitely has assets, so to speak. Yeah,
But that's
One of
pretty
the best-
crazy. You're right,
Yeah.
like, because she did an amazing job with that.
she did. It's like seriously the best cosplay I've ever seen in pro wrestling.
She's awesome.
Hell yeah. So what was it? Daryl Strawberry 86 was saying, what are your thoughts on the steroid era of baseball? The best era of baseball that ever existed. I mean, because that's the thing is we grew up with Daryl Strawberry. We grew up with Jose Canseco, Ken Griffey Jr. We grew up with guys who would just splinter fucking bats, do inhumane shit. And that's what I think baseball needs more than anything. You need freak shows. You need monsters. You need stars.
It's got to have the juice.
The juice. Well, and
The
that's the thing.
juice.
Every time you add juice to something, I hate to say it, it makes it incredible. Pro wrestling with steroids, amazing. MMA with fucking steroids over in Pride in Japan, amazing.
You doubt me? Well, let me tell you something, brother.
That's what I'm saying. The promos were fucking coked up, were fucking awesome, roided up, amazing. Yeah, the Pride era when they're all juiced out of their fucking heads. Baseball when it was juiced up. Football with their juicers. Sports are the best. What is it? Lance Armstrong when he was juicing.
Yep.
People actually cared about biking. Steroids make people care about shit. I hate to say it.
That's the magic recipe. It's like, hey, Triple H, it's not your booking. It's no one's on steroids.
Yeah.
Like, that's the answer. All right, guys, start doping up.
I got the connects.
I got the good stuff.
If you
Who
look at
knows?
Stephanie, you know he does. You know for sure he does.
Yeah, but it's just such a shame. This is what they took from us. That bastard. This is what he took from us.
This is the great thing too, is they would line up the fucking lines on the bench and take turns before while they were getting called up. It's great. It was like it was literally
Okay.
like, it was literally like what you see in major league, but like no, that's how it was in real life. So the movie was not too far off from what they were doing. Just saying.
They were having some of that booger sugar at the bleachers. I mean, they were doing everything they needed to do to make baseball awesome, and now baseball is just. It's just the Dodgers winning every year. It's like, I'm so like good for the Dodgers, but it's like, motherfucker, could some team, name the Padres, elevate and win the fucking World Series? No?
Well, I mean, that's why I'm sure, like, with the Knicks, when they won in basketball,
Bastards at right now.
that was huge for them, because the Knicks, they finally got their big win. Who knows? Maybe baseball's going to get its big win soon, and it won't be the Dodgers every fucking year. Who knows? But, yeah, they need their intrigue back, man.
Well, the Padres right now are second in the division. I mean, 65 wins. It's like, you can't buy into them. It's like right now I don't give two craps about the Padres. They you can't believe in them.
Yeah, you can't. I will say, shout out to these guys. They're doing a show after ours.
Peace out.
So, yeah, peace out, Chris. Check out that show later, guys. So, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's just, and I get it. I completely get it. If you're from LA, man, and I get it, dude. You're supporting your team.
Oh yeah, I get it, man.
It's like, you know, probably how a lot of people felt about the Raiders, you know? I get it, you know.
Well, it's like if you're a Dodgers fan, hey man, live it up. I mean, your team is awesome. They're always winning, but it's like
Superstars, yeah.
Oh, superstar, fucking Shohei Ohtani, all that. They're awesome. They're awesome, and they've got a lot of great talent, and that's why they keep winning. Is because their front office is willing to invest in their team, unlike they're willing to invest. So credit to them, man. It's like they're winning because they got talent, loaded with talent. And see, you still there?
I am. I just took a break real quick.
No
So the third man is here. They're talking about the third man. They got Scott Hall. They got Kevin Nash, and they're doing a little video package. They show Scott Hall punching Eric Bischoff in the stomach, and Kevin Nash doing a great power bomb, throwing him off. I'd say here's the thing. At least Vince realized this, is that Bischoff is a way better entertainer than he is a booker or creative.
Fact. It's true. He really he's a good despite what his voice sounds like, he is a good talker.
He is and I think it changed. Like a lot of people got to see his personality after a while when he was brought on to AEW TV as that judge. Because I hadn't heard his podcast the longest time. I didn't even know he did a podcast. And then I go ahead and I see that, and I'm like, okay, he's still a charismatic personality, you know. And I just wish some company would use him for that. I know he's doing RAF right now, and that's kind of like his baby or whatever. And they're trying to do some like WWE shit there, get people talking. You know, they're doing their best with like the fake brawls and whatnot. But yeah, I just want to see more of him. I think he could be a good GM character on TV. But that's the thing. Every time you see Eric Bischoff now, he's just like,
yeah, I just want to suck Triple H's dick and say nice things about all the guys that shit on me.
Nobody wants to see that shit.
Right. I mean, like, no one wants to see him looking like a baked pumpkin going out there putting people over. No, you got to be the asshole GM. You got to be the Eric Bischoff that everybody loved.
Yeah, nobody wants to see this fucking summer squash with glasses and Phil Donahue hair and his fucking roid gut come out here and be like,
oh, I just want to go backstage and suck all their dicks, whip them out, even the women.
You know, it's like, I don't want to hear that.
Rhea, whip it out. Becky Lynch, let's see it.
You don't want Becky's, buddy. You know where it's been and you don't want it.
It stinks like goofy poop.
Goof poop.
Goof poop.
You've heard of goof troop? Well, there's goof poop. And that's what Seth is.
Yeah. Okay, so for wrestling fans being idiots, we're probably doing it at the end of the month. But I got a clip online of this one dork. He walks into a bar dressed as Seth Rollins.
Oh,
and he's
God.
like he does I'll say he does a good impersonation, but I'm like, out of all the modern wrestlers you could impersonate, you don't impersonate LA Knight. You don't impersonate Logan Paul, Braun Breaker. No, you impersonate a guy coming in tight white pants and a frilly shirt. These fans, dude. These fucking fans.
I know, right? It's like who like if you're gonna imitate anybody, imitate this guy on your screen. Imitate him.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is like Scott Hall, jacked as fuck, looked like a movie star, great promo, good wrestler. I honestly, he really is one of those wrestlers in retrospect. Like if you look past like his drunken pillhead days and all that other shit, like he really, like when it came down to it, one of the true, I think, geniuses of pro wrestling.
Right. No, I mean he got it, man. They got it back then because they were pros. They were tough, mentally and physically. They could take a physical and mental beating. You know, it's like they get their ass kicked in the ring and they're getting their ass kicked by the fans. You know, it's like they could take it. These wrestlers nowadays, they're too soft. They're not trained to take it, and that's the problem. But
maybe that's why they die by the time that they're 50, because they occur so much abuse that it shaves 30 years off their life. Who knows?
But you know what? It's like it's a saying. It's like, you know, you fucking, you know, you burn hot, you burn out quick. You know.
It's better to fade out. What is it? It's better to burn out than to fade away, as it says.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get it. I don't. Is this on YouTube? If it's on YouTube or any show that's the thing, is any shows you guys recommend, please make sure that it's watchable for us. Like, I don't want to order Crunchyroll. I don't want to have to pay for any service. I want it either on YouTube or online for free. So if you could find it, cool. But that's the big thing about any suggestion. Is it on YouTube? That's the thing, Justin, is I had to deal with the power outage going on. It is on YouTube. Okay. Sure. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about this week, but probably next week we could give you guys an Animation Wednesday if you really want it.
Yeah.
If you want wrestling too, we can do that as well. I want more people. That's the thing is we love you, Justin. I just don't want to do a show for one person or two people. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure that everybody enjoys it. That's my whole thing with any concern with the fans is I want to make sure that everybody enjoys it and it's not niche. So
no, for sure, man. But yeah, I'm down to check it out. I mean, I'm definitely down to give it a chance.
Like if it's a couple, like if it's more than like 3 people that say yeah, do that, then I'll be like, okay, cool. But it's very hard for me to do a show for just one person. Sorry, man, no disrespect.
No, for sure. Well, yeah, there's no disrespect meant at all. It's just like we'll check it out, but yeah, it's like we gotta give content for everybody, and that includes you, JT, as well. So we gotta factor in everybody. So
Right. Well, that's why I think this is a good show to do a watch along because you can find it online. If you go on the internet, you can find an archive out there that has all these good shows on it. You can watch it along with us. No commercials. Great quality. That's what's up right there, man. And it's good wrestling too. Like this is like when we talk about WCW being good, it's NWO, man. NWO was like some of the top moments on TV for WCW.
Like it really changed the game. Like the NWO created the Attitude Era, not the Montreal Screwjob. Let's be real.
No. This is a good question too. 2A Ranger was saying, what do you guys believe really killed WCW? It wasn't Vince Russo.
No.
I don't think it's fair for him to take the blame about ruining it with goofy bullshit and all this other shit. What really ruined WCW is Ted Turner didn't see any more money in it. That's what it really comes down to, is that a company cannot be a company if there's no financial backing. You could take the most dedicated marks back there and put them in an all-in-one company. It does not matter if the person who's paying the bills does not believe in the product. And that's how it came at the very end. Ted saw that WCW was failing. WWE had already won. He's like, why am I paying money for this?
Well, the thing about like Time Warner did not want to be in the wrestling business.
Yeah.
Like that ultimately is what killed WCW, is that the executives at Warner didn't want to be in the wrestling business, and they fought Ted Turner on that. Ted Turner is like the only reason why WCW was even on national TV. The other executives, when you watch the Dark Side of the Ring documentaries and everything else, like who killed WCW, they'll tell you is that the executives were like, Ted, are you sure you want to have wrestling on? He's like, no, I want wrestling on TV, wrestling superstation. Like it was Ted Turner that wanted that. But
originally,
at the end,
yes.
Originally, and then towards the end, he became more distant, away from it. He's like, whatever, I don't care. And then Time Warner did the merger with AOL, and then AOL was like, you know what, we don't want to be in the wrestling business. That's what killed WCW. And honestly, you could go even further and say, you know what really killed WCW was Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon chose not to buy it. He chose to just take the talent and just let it die. Or he bought it and they just let it fold.
Well, for him, it was an ego check. He wanted to show that this company that beat him in the ratings ain't shit, and that he controls the narrative. So that was definitely an ego check, and it kind of sucks too. I think Vince learned from that after the invasion that he has to put business first and put his ego aside, and that's why, like, I think that Vince. We have our things to say about Vince, but at least back in his prime, he learned to let shit go and work with people for the better of the business. I mean, put his shit aside with Bret Hart, put his shit aside with Ultimate Warrior, and these are people that we never thought he would work with ever again.
Much later on, yeah, he did.
Yeah,
well, and like to me, like if we were to ever, like, I'm down to do it. If you're down to do it,
sure.
a rebooking of the Invasion era.
You know what? Let's go next week. Let's go ahead and watch some of that Invasion, because it's been so long since I watched that, man. I just to bone up on it and see. I can remember a few matches here and there, but yeah, just to go back and take a look at it. And a month or so from now, I'd be down to do that. I don't know. I think I need a refresher course on the Invasion angle. I can go from memory, but I'd rather get a refresher course. You know what I'm saying? So we'll work on that.
No, for sure, and that makes a lot of sense. Is that you want to be like freshen up on it, like have like a fresh awareness of like what all happened back then. I totally understand that.
Sure,
but yeah, I think that they left a lot of great ideas, a lot of money on the table with the way Vince did it. And honestly, if Vince had done it the way that you and I are thinking of, he probably could have made more money, and he probably would have stroked his ego even more.
Yeah. No, I think he learned in due time. The problem is that by the time that we got past COVID, I really felt like a lot of ways that COVID really kind of broke Vince.
Yeah.
And made him not give a shit about wrestling anymore, especially when he was busting his ass doing shows in the Thunderdome, and he probably saw all these fucking geeky dorks tuning into the show, and he's like, this is what's left?
Right.
Fuck. Oh,
yeah,
shit.
Well, and that was the audience at the time. I mean, still kind of is the audience, but
Yeah.
it's. I think with Vince, it's more like he was at a point in his life where it's like, you know what, wrestling really doesn't matter. I care more about this relationship that I'm in with Janelle, and so yeah, that's what matters. And so like I get what Vince was doing, but at the same time, it's like, you can't hand it down to Triple H. I mean, look at what happened. Like, for all the people out there, like, they're saying, no, the product was better in 2022 and 2023. No, the product was not better. What it was Triple H had the benefit of the doubt since he just took it over, and he had a lot of people that he was just bringing back week after week. Go back and watch when the first episode of SmackDown, Cross and Scarlet debuted, and then on Raw, I think Dexter Lumis debuted, and then it was week after week after week after week. That's all that was, is he was bringing back people from the past.
True, and don't get me wrong, in NXT, I will say that's where we really got to see Triple H's bad booking, and we were like, what the fuck are all these people smoking? Saying that NXT is fucking amazing. Here we are covering it every week, and it's the worst show on television. And that's how it became. It became like basically a poor man's version of Ring of Honor, but with a better glossed up production because of WWE. And then you learn how much money it was in. Wasn't it like $35 million in the hole every fucking year on an indie show? $50 million. And this motherfucker, for those that don't know, he was filming at Full Sail University on their dollar. And all the people in his camera crew were all volunteers. Everybody in production, all volunteers, part of their multimedia department. So he wasn't spending a single fucking dollar on any of the production at all. That was all footed by the university. What he was doing was blowing so much fucking money on people like Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, any of these big stars in his mind to pop the fucking ratings that didn't become anything. You look at all the resources that were spent in NXT on these lack of draws, and nobody holds Triple H accountable at all. At all. They're like, it was fucking great wrestling. Where the fuck is Tommaso Ciampa now? Where's Johnny Gargano? Where's Adam Cole? Where's Finn Balor? Where's Shinsuke Nakamura? Where the fuck are they?
Exactly. And that's the thing that we got to keep bringing up, is that there's nothing to them. You take away the in-ring ability, what do you have? Nothing.
You really don't. And that's what it really comes down to, is for us, that's all it was in ring. And you saw JD talk about the fucking bangers, talk about how we got to see Johnny Gargano versus Andrade at WrestleMania, and how Triple H needs to do this to save the fucking company. Triple H is cooking. We heard that so much with JD. Triple H is fucking cooking. He's fucking Bruce Pritchard is fucking up the main roster, but Triple H is cooking in NXT. We always heard that shit.
And that's my frustration too. And to reiterate, to say it again, to reiterate it, it's frustrating because he convinces so many people of things that you just know are not true, and are just very detrimental to pro wrestling and hurt the product. He does way more harm than good as a podcaster. Name one good thing he does other than ranting.
And that's another, absolutely right. That's really what people tune in for, is hearing this fucking overgrown man-child fucking rant and probably get the cops called on him every week. But old school is he's right.
It's a fact.
And this is what he got Dusty and William Regal to help kill off Ring of Honor. He used William Regal as a scout to get backstage at a lot of these top indie shows, because he knew that with a work rate legend like William Regal, these indies would suck his dick and give him everything, So, and a lot of these wrestlers were probably fucking marks, when Johnny Gargano saw William Regal backstage at an Evolve show, he probably was like, oh, he's so dreamy, you could already see where it went, man. And just the mark crowd that Triple H built himself with and that he was working on. I mean, he killed off Evolve. He effectively, before Tony brought it back to life into the zombie Ring of Honor, he killed Ring of Honor. He killed Evolve. Killed PWG. I know I'm forgetting about another big indie that he killed off, but right there, those three, those were the staples
Ring
of
Honor.
Ring of Honor. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Those three indies, those were the staples of 2000s. And he was like, I'm going to cherry pick him. Everybody that AEW didn't get, he tried to get. Right. It was pathetic.
No, it really was. And that was the problem, is that like in like the black and gold era ultimately was something that, number one, was not sustainable. Number two, it was not that great because it was losing in ratings almost every week to AEW. And number three, it was bleeding money. Hand over fist, it was bleeding tens of millions of dollars every year. It was a shitty fucking product, massively overrated. All it was hard-hitting matches and metal music. And Landwell's banging on that plexiglass during the COVID era. That's all it was.
Well, how come nobody gives Triple H hate for losing 72 weeks to a fucking rookie booker like Tony Khan? For 72 weeks, NXT got fucking buried by Dynamite.
Mm-hmm.
Don't bring it up, though. Triple H is the greatest booker of all time, even though he got embarrassed by a rookie who had only been producing shows for a year. Yeah, greatest of all time.
And what's frustrating is you have to, like, even to this day, you're still fighting with these fucking idiots on social media. You're still fighting with them, defending Triple H.
I'm telling you, man, like I said before, and this goes for everybody. Avoid these motherfuckers. They will never agree with you or see the light like you do because they think completely ass backwards and they're retarded. This is what it comes down to, bro. You got to realize what's taken over. They're the subhumans, man. They're the dredges of society. These are the people that like get the cops called on them by just crossing the street, by walking by a school. These are who we're talking about, man. That's what's left.
That's what's left, man, and it really is, and it's a shame because the bookers that run WWE and all these companies, really, they're all the same for the most part. They're all the same, excluding JCW, of course. They're all the same. Long matches, and like every company. I hate hearing this bullshit notion of, if you don't like WWE, you could go. They're all the same at the end of the day. It's long matches, silly bullshit, and feminism. Give me a company that has short matches, serious drama that I could buy into and get invested in, and sexy women doing sexy things. Give me something like the Attitude Era again.
Damn it. Now I want to see a fucking Family Guy sketch with a fat fucking Mark Neckbeard, and he's in the park, and he's playing chess against a pigeon, and a pigeon goes, checkmate. I'd love to see that shit.
What the fuck is this? You fucking cheater, you little pigeon bastard. Where's my kitty cats when I need them, bros?
That's what I'm saying, man. It's just it's frustrating when you see how fucking stupid they are, and too many people listen to them. And that's the thing too, is a lot of the most popular accounts on social media have the worst fucking opinions. It is so frustrating to see somebody with 25K followers, and they'll just be like, Solo is cute. I bet you he's a daddy in the bedroom, and they get like fucking 20K likes, and you're like, the fuck, man.
Well, and then the women that chime into it too, and they know what they're doing. They know the exact audience they're catering to. Yep. They offer nothing. They parrot the same bullshit, retarded opinions, and they get a lot of people following them because they have female private parts. Wow.
Wow, you don't even know if that's the thing. It's like, I would say, like, if I hadn't seen Loogie have a kid, I would think that maybe she has a dick. You never know. I mean, and maybe some other person out there that sounds like a last name with salad in it. I'm just saying, maybe they got a dick. Just saying.
Who knows? Who knows?
You never know. That's the thing, is the more you learn about wrestling, the more you learn that a lot of these people who pretend that they're women behind these avatars probably are 50-year-old fat balding neckbeards with tiny dicks pretending that they're women. Just saying.
Well, and like, to defend that, it's like, how many times have you seen that of like in these TV shows of like, you see this person on social media, they're pretending to be like some like teenager, and then really behind it, it's like some like disgusting 50-something-year-old fat pedophile, you know? It's like how many times have you seen that in culture? It's like, so we're not like taking a dig at anyone in specific. We're just saying, how many times in culture have you seen that?
My favorite is the VTubers.
Right.
When the mirage breaks and they show a glitch in the programming and you see what they really look like, whether it be some ugly chick or some fucking fat dude playing some V-girl chick, and you're like, oh, there go all their followers. So long.
The illusion is gone. Broken.
That's right. That's right. Well, that's the thing too. It's like, I think giving everybody a camera and online access really made shit fucked up. I mean, we got to see how fucked up shit was with Omegle. That was a fucked up app right there.
Glad they
canceled it. Just say that much.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Dragon
that's for
Gate
true.
was the other one. Thank you, old school. That's what I was
Dragon
thinking.
Gate.
I was thinking of Dragon Gate. You're right, man. So that's another one he killed off. But yeah, even internationally, killed off a lot of these companies, man. Progress, they died off.
Yep.
God, I know that I'm thinking like one or two other UK companies that were pretty decent that died off.
It was like
Culture
WXW,
Wrestling.
I think. Yeah.
WXW, yeah, that was another one. ICW was another one.
I
over
think
in
they're still
Scotland.
around, but like they're.
Oh, they came back. Yeah, that's right. They
Yeah.
came back on the last show. But yeah, that's my point. It's like, look at all these indies that died. And some of them are lucky to have even any sort of financiers. Like I will say, not my cup of tea, but I will say that's cool that Nikki Cross and Damo taking the money that they earned in wrestling and helping to save these indie companies. You know, not quite my cup of tea. I don't want to tune in to see a fucking Progress show, but you know, at least they're keeping wrestling alive for the Brits, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, but it's like, come on, can you put on a better show? I mean, come on.
Well, that's what's frustrating too, because like I think that there can be room for improvement. After seeing Riptide Wrestling, I'm like, okay, so obviously not all UK wrestling is fucking terrible. You know, they can do cool shit. But that's what you see most of the time when you see British wrestling. It's just work rate bullshit. And that's why they haven't grown. That's why wrestling is fucking dying over in Britain. It's dying over in Mexico. It's dying over in Japan. Bring back the fucking characters.
Because it's all catering to the same niche audience. Like that's the point that like I really want to just beat home is that they're all catering to the same niche audience. And that's why it's like, if you're a company out there and all you're putting on is a bunch of long matches, silly bullshit, and feminism, well, congratulations, you're just catering to the same exact audience. You're not going to grow. You're not going to expand. What's going to happen is you may pop a good number every once in a while, but your ratings over time will just down and down and down and down.
No, true. Absolutely. Helios
I'm talking to TNA. I'm talking to you, TNA.
Oh, for sure. And 100%. Helios was saying, if you guys want to count it, he's hindering Taker's booking by making his guys job on the main roster. Now, we've never been a big fan of Dominic Mysterio. I think there's a little bit of something there, but he's too undisciplined for my tastes.
Right.
And doesn't have the emphasis to get better. But at the very least, I can say that, you know what? They're trying to do something with him in AAA. Taker is doing his best to make him a top star. He's already on 0-12 since starting this year, losing to people, losing like a fucking jobber. So yeah, he's already been talking about, though we'll show you on the news, about Dom getting devalued in Triple H's eyes. But look at even this tournament that they're going to be doing with the Luchadors. What's the point of fucking having Penta's fat broken ass go all the way through that tournament just to job the Roman? Who gives a shit?
Right. That's the problem is like what's the point of getting invested? You know what the outcome is or what it's going to be. Why would you care, you know?
Oh, by the way, Truly in the house. What's up, Truly?
Hey, NC, I'll be right back.
How are you all?
No worries, man. See you soon. Yeah, and so you actually joined us right in time. This is for the very end of this match. This is a iconic moment in pro wrestling. So, Truly, did you get to watch this back in the day when this happened, when Hulk Hogan joined the NWO?
I did not.
Oh, shit. So it's your first time. This is a live reaction. So this is,
I started early 2000s.
Got you. Okay. Right on. God bless them for trying. NXT UK killed off that whole scene. I remember reading. That's another one, too. When you really think about how the UK indies got killed off, don't forget about NXT UK, man. They were bringing in guys like Isla Dragunov, Gunther, and these were like a lot of the top indie guys. What is it? The Fat Thigh Little Dick Gang, Coffee, Mark Coffee, Joe Coffee, and fucking Trent Seven. Trying to think of, like, they had a Rhea Ripley. She came from NXT UK, so I'll give them that. That's the one I guess I can give them. But other than that, everybody from NXT UK was fucking garbage. I'd say it. So
That's very sad. Hey guys. Good to see you all.
Macho Man is putting on the fight of his life. He's 1-on-2 against Scott Hall and Kevin Nash. He's got his second win going. His face paint is all fucked up. He don't care. He's just wailing away on Kevin Nash. This is some real shit right here, man. Gallus, that's it. Yeah, gay ass. Yes. Yeah, that phallus, whatever the fuck you want to call him. Yeah, those guys. And yeah, if you really look at it, Me Too, it killed NXT UK and it killed a lot of the indies as well with Triple H. It played its hand in it. Just saying.
Nut Cruncher.
Oh yeah, Crazy Eddie. He was in NXT UK. Terrible fucking gimmick. Awful gimmick. All right, here comes Hulkster. Hulkster's coming out the ringside. And at this point in time, when my brother and I and my dad were watching this, and our dad was watching this, what we thought immediately is we're like, okay, finally Hogan's coming to save the day. Finally got the equalizer. He's coming out to help out Macho Man and Sting. The crowd's like, fuck yeah, finally we got Hogan. It's going to be good. It's teasing you, man.
The Hulkster.
And then it wasn't.
And
No
then
one
it
expected
wasn't.
it.
And even with Nash, the way he's looking at him in fear, and then boom, hits the leg drop on Macho right there, man. I can't tell you how something so small changed the fucking wrestling world back in the day. Even the finger point of doom. So many Hulk Hogan things that he did that were small in movement, but huge in movement, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah. Well, because like he knew what mattered. Like he knew how to. He knew about theatrics, and
I always thought that. I always like, especially like when you saw like Paul Heyman get hit in the side of the head with a fucking a soda can, or you saw these drinks fly and hit the wrestlers. And WCW is the best. They let their fans throw all the fucking trash in the ring, so they could come in with like a fucking $50 buffet for them and their family back then. Huge ass fucking food, and they'd be throwing the wrappers, the cups in the ring, all that shit.
Oh, yeah.
By the time you got back to the shower and you're a wrestler, it'd be like being at an ICP show. You were covered in soda.
maybe it was Fago. Who knows?
You don't know. You don't
don't
know.
know.
So,
Hulk Hogan's healing it up right now.
Speed and 205 were both really bad. The only good thing
Yes.
about 205, I will say, is Enzo. Enzo made that shit shine.
And then T.J. Perkins was like a little crybaby. Enzo put me in my place. Good.
So, well, look, this is the thing this is why a guy like TJ Perkins, he didn't last and he became a washout and ended up in AAA. That's the reason why, is because a guy like that, he's too much of a fucking bitch. Like, nobody
Right.
wants to have people like, especially when somebody's actually bringing money to your division. It's the only reason why it's existing. You should probably give them props. Who cares if he's fucking talking shit about your character? Use his motivation, step up. I mean, especially with the trash bags that they had before. Come on, man. Just saying.
Oh, I know. I mean, come on. Oh, my God.
Well, and this is what the great thing about WCW was, is their security was so fucking bad at their job that you always saw fans running into the ring. Did that one goofy fan ran to the ring during that Hogan turn and Scott Hall stomped his ass out of the ring? LOL. Back in the day, you always saw this shit. You always saw wrestlers, and they would kick them in the face fucking hard, like punt him in the fucking face. Like Triple H kicking people in the face. One of my favorite. Remember when Raven was doing a promo on Nitro and that fucking weirdo came up to him, grabbed him by the back of the hair from behind?
Yep.
And then he had to carry on like, yeah, I did just get bitched in the ring. Let me keep on going. Or when Seth Rollins got tackled by that fucking one goofy dude, just, come on.
It was kind of funny.
Yeah. Just saying. Well, it showed you that Seth Rollins is a bitch. You can't buy him as a serious dude when he's getting beat up by the fans. Just saying. Taken down.
You can't be. He's getting beat up by the fans.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying
Shining Light was saying, hey guys, miss you both and your content, the realest guys of the IWC.
Thank
Tired
you.
of what? Appreciate that. Tired of watching wrestling videos through these WWE, AEW marks, not gonna lie. And this is where it's so frustrating for us, man, is because we feel like we're one of the few that actually keep it real all the time. Now, don't get me wrong. Every once in a while, every podcaster is going to say something marky. It comes with being a wrestling fan. We try to keep it as mark-free as possible compared to these other fuckers. I mean, you go and you listen to JD or other people that are associated with him, and it's just, it's saying shit that we said 3 years ago or 4 years ago, but like under a markier point of view,
Right. Well, it's frustrating too because it's like now they're saying it.
Mm-hmm.
We saw this crap like 4 years ago, and now they finally see it. Oh, Triple H is a bad booker. Oh, now you're saying it. Oh, okay. We've been saying that 7 years ago.
Well, this is why, for the life of me, I don't get why we have hate, especially nowadays. Everything that we said, you could say whatever you want about conspiracies and not paying attention to it. I don't expect that. But if you are a wrestling fan, you follow us for our wrestling points of view, you should see everything that we said came true. Everything that we said came true. Why do you still hate us?
When the Rock thing is in the works.
We're not contrarian. Yeah, no, well, that's the thing, too. Is something like that is definitely in the works that they are going to do that. And that's the thing, is it's a prediction of what could happen. It's in the works. But just about all the big stuff we said about Triple H ruining wrestling, about there being too many marks backstage, we're being proven right every day. Just saying.
Well, just every day we're being proven right about that. And that's the thing, man. It's like it's something that I don't want to be proven right about, but it's like, I mean, because like you want to imagine that these wrestlers are professionals, they can handle it, but no, they're all a bunch of sensitive crybabies, and it's sad.
Well, and that's the thing too. Is like it surprises me that there's not enough, not more people putting us over. Is it jealousy? I don't know what the fuck it is. But you should, especially in the podcasting universe, you should have more people saying, "I don't know if you heard about these guys, but Technical Work Rate Productions. I know I talked my shit about you in the past, but you were right." Is it really too much for your fucking ego to do that? Because we are.
Yeah.
You don't want to say our name. This one really it's. Anyways, VHS said, or when Eddie Guerrero landed on his feet when a goofy fan pushed his ladder and Eddie socked him in the face. That was dope. Yeah. When that shit happened, that was dope. I love that. Eddie beating up the fans is great. Scott Hall beating up the fans is great. Even Triple H beating up the fans is great. When he soccer kicked that one fan in the face, it was dope. Just saying.
That was awesome. That's the one good thing Triple H did.
Look at all the trash in the ring. Let me put this down so you guys.
I got it.
Look at all the trash in the fucking ring.
Nah, I got to upload the other one I just took. I just took the picture.
Great. This is great. These guys are being showered with popcorn and soda. Like I've already seen
live.
I've already seen Hogan get at least 5 drinks thrown on him.
Oh,
it's
God.
great.
Oh, there's even more.
Oh
my God.
It's fantastic. Yeah, and this is the same people saying that Triple H was going to save wrestling. And you know what a lot of these fans will say nowadays to kind of back themselves up and make themselves feel good about their shitty opinions? Is, look at the gates. They're getting more people in the seats than the shitty era with Vince McMahon back in the 2010s. That's not Triple H, you fucking dick. That's Nick Khan.
Well, I disagree with that. So in the 2010s, my question, when was WrestleMania 32?
No, I'm saying that Nick Khan is the one that he's the reason why I think they're getting the gates that they are now. Just saying.
Mm-hmm. So when was no? I agree. So WrestleMania 32 was in 2016. That was absolutely in the Vince McMahon era. Okay, so what? I'm going to ask the question. What was the most attended WWE show ever? Let's see. What comes up? Oh, what do you know? WrestleMania 32.
There you go.
With 101,763 fans.
Well, and that's what they need to understand is that wrestling will never reach those levels ever again. They reached them under Vince McMahon. And then what Triple H did is he moved in, said wrestling is better than ever, better than the Attitude Era, even though, nobody was saying that argument otherwise. But he was like, I'm going to have every one of my wrestlers and me say, this is better than the Attitude Era. And then you watch it and you're like, what the fuck is he on?
Well, it's like, for me, it's like if you want to run your mouth, Triple H, tell you what, back it up, have a WrestleMania where you have 100,000 people in attendance in one night.
Yeah. It's never going to happen. And even with Nick Khan watching his back and getting the gates as they are, you will never see that happen ever again. They hit their peak. They really hit their peak because what they had is they had too many people out there buying the Triple H narrative of, oh, he was amazing with NXT. I can't wait to see what he brings up to the main roster. He's going to change everything for the fucking better. You had so many people under the optimism and under that fake NXT flair that then they finally fucking realized, dude, we were listening to a bunch of brain dead match marks the whole time. Mm-hmm. All these popular accounts, they were fucking stupid.
They were.
They didn't. Those contrarians, yeah, they were right. Jeez.
Well, we weren't saying it just to be contrarian. That's what people got to understand.
We truly believe that.
We truly believed it because we just genuinely we're just of the mindset of like stories and characters is what mattered, and we've always been that. We've never changed on that. You have seen JD in the past year flip on a dime, going from
we want more bangers, work rate, Bruce, to now we want characters and storylines. What the fuck is with the long matches, AEW?
And that's the thing, too. It's the same JD energy, but it's applied to something different. And notice the change happen shortly after he started appearing on Coach and Bro. It's almost like Russo pulled him aside and said, bro, you sound like a fucking mark. Bro, the matches, they don't fucking matter. And he's like, you know what, you're fucking right. Okay, I'll go for the storyline grift. Let's see if my fucking dumbass fucking fans believe this shit, bros.
Honestly, because that's really what it is. It's a grift on his part. You can't believe him. Like, when you shift that much, that quickly, why should anybody believe you?
It's too much of a 180. Way too much of a 180.
WrestleMania 32. Hey, if this era is so great, why have they not had anything close to this in attendance? Don't tell me, oh, but night 1 and night 2 combined did 100. No. That is the same audience attending both nights. That's 60,000-70,000 people attending both nights. That doesn't count.
No, you're absolutely right. We have to go for the one night events. Those are really the best gauges, because that's the thing is you see all of their fan base diluted now, and people actually think, oh, you stack both nights, that equals up. No, it does not. When it's the same fucking ticket payers doing 2-night packages, that's something you never talk about.
Exactly. So, I mean, even if you don't believe this number, you think, okay, well, that's inflated. Okay, well, the number was at bare minimum, I think, was like 80,000 people who paid. You probably had about 90,000 people with butts in the seats. Maybe they inflated it to 100,000, but 90,000 fucking people. Hey, name one time, one show in the Triple H era that had 90,000 people in attendance on one night? And like I said, don't combine both nights, 1 and 2. That's the same audience attending both nights. That does not count.
No, that's the thing too. Is like they won't be able to compare it to that, and it's frustrating though, because even Vince knows. Like Vince, deep in his heart, knows that those days are gone because of what Triple H has done to his company. I think at this point, really, it would take a full-on change to really change WWE for the better. And unless The Rock steps in with his crew, we're not going to see that change. Even with Vince, if Vince steps in, he's going to keep the same fucking people because he doesn't want to rock the boat. He'll probably demote Triple H to like head of talent relations or some shit like that. And he'll be the main guy who handles all the business shit. We'd be lucky to get Shane in the booking aspect. But no, he would definitely keep Bruce back there, keep Ryan Ward back there, Nick Khan back there. Maybe, I don't know about that. He might be able to let bygones be bygones if he's actually making the company money.
I mean, maybe. It would all, because if Vince buys the company, he's going to have a partner. Because I don't think Vince has the amount of money to just buy it outright. He's probably going to have to go in to deal with the Saudis, and the Saudis are probably going to want. They're going to want to make money on it, of course. But I think what they're really going to do is they're going to use WWE if they did, they would use WWE to honestly do what they've been doing now. Do it with the whole like Riyadh season, just hyping up Saudi Arabia. Hey, invest in Saudi Arabia. Bring your business to Saudi Arabia. We're becoming more family friendly. We're becoming more investment friendly. I think that's like they would use WWE as a vehicle to shill Saudi Arabia. You wouldn't be necessarily getting the sponsorships you're getting now. You'd just be getting a lot of Saudi shill.
I mean, the money's obviously there. Look at the fact that they're giving it to broke-ass WWE right now. I mean, even though it's creatively bankrupt, WWE makes a lot of money and has for a while off their Saudi deal, and it's never going to be a deal that they cancel. These fans online, these nerds can bitch all they want, Saudi blood money and all this other shit. There's too much money in it. They make too much money from Saudi to just snub their nose at them and say, nah, we want to make these fucking stupid fat neckbeards online that don't pay for our shows happy. That's what it comes down to. They're all about the money. It's a corporation at the end of the day. People need to realize that.
That's the thing is people got to realize that they got to do everything they can to make money. They're a publicly traded company. It's like they can't, like, they got to keep that stock price up. And you know what? Out of curiosity, I know we're jumping all over the place, but let me jump into the TKO stock and see where it's at right now.
While you get that going, I'm going to get the impression time background.
195. Okay, so not bad. It is in a little bit of an upswing relative to, because it dipped July, and then it's back in an upswing now. But yeah, it's definitely nowhere near the June high of 215. It's definitely dipped. So, I mean, they're making money, good for them. But how long? Well, and people got to remember with TKO, it's like TKO is not just WWE and UFC. It's IMG, professional bull riding, Zuffa boxing. It's a lot of things under the TKO umbrella that's making them money. It's not just WWE and UFC. In fact, IMG makes the majority of that money for TKO.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Is like when people look at that TKO package, that's why I feel that they were sitting so far away from Dana, from Trump, from even the people in TKO, is because I feel like WWE is not the most important asset. I'm sorry. I think they make them a little bit of money, but